Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Mr. and Mrs. E.
Launch sequence activated. Prepare for light speed.
Keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best Brandi, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Auntie, is that you? Yes. Bring in the crime dogs. It's time.
Unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mr. E Crimecast. I am Mr. E. I am joined tonight by Mrs. E, and we do not have a guest tonight. Aunt E has other plans this evening, and she Plus, we saw her for a few days. We kind of did a late Christmas get together
She's sick
with
of us.
Auntie. Yeah, so she's had it. She needed a night off. But no, she just had some plans and couldn't work it out to be here tonight. But we appreciate everybody joining us. I hope everyone had a great New Year.
I guess she's in chat,
Oh, is she?
but she can't join us for the live because she's doing something.
Gotcha. Yeah. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody being here. I see Real Me Too, Lisa B. Always, Show Poodle, Shauna Butterfly Kisses, Blessed Happy Nana, Dreaming of Blue Skies and Sandy Beaches, Hobo Mom. So good to see you all here. So let you know what our plan is.
I knew she was here. I knew she'd be listening.
Oh, Auntie's here.
Oh yeah. Why don't you come up, Annie?
We'll drop you a link.
She knows how to get
Yeah.
there.
So what we'll be doing tonight, we'll be going through all of the true crime cases that we covered in 2025 and update all of these. So the idea was a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about how we have all these cases. Some of them we talk about once and then we never really talk about them again and follow up with whether people have taken plea deals, gotten arrested, or there was any kind of resolution or whatnot. And so we decided to break it up really kind of into two parts. The one we did right before New Year's, we did just the cases that were missing people, both children and adults. And I think all of you kind of appreciated kind of getting an update on all of those cases. Some of them, of course, have been found. Some of them were deceased. Many of those missing person cases, of course, are still ongoing, but maybe new clues and that type of thing. So if you want to get caught up on all of those missing person cases and people that we talked about over the last year, that live, of course, is still available to watch. Tonight, the cases that we'll be talking about will be really all of the criminal cases that most of which have had some type of resolution, arrests, convictions, or we know who's responsible. So we'll go through all of these. It'll be everyone from Austin Drummond to
Nick Reiner.
Nick Reiner, breaking news even
Yeah.
today. We'll be talking about P. Diddy, Koberger, Sin City Manny, Trenton Abston, several cases you may not know much about. Well, if you don't know the cases, we're going to do a little catch up on all of them tonight. So we've got a lot to get through. I appreciate myself just going back through these and finding out what had happened with all these people, because we want to see justice for all of these crimes. And we've got Hobo Mom is asking how Middle E is doing. He's doing okay. He's
Got a CT scan in the morning to check to make sure the infection's still gone, I guess, because he doesn't usually get CT scans. He usually gets MRIs. So we were a little thrown for a little loop on that.
Yeah.
But he does have a CT scan in the morning. And so if you guys wouldn't mind to pray for him, had to have good results on that, we would appreciate it.
Yeah, so he's recovering. It's just been slower than we thought it would be, and it looks like it'll be be a little bit before he's back 100%. So, but he's doing okay. So we just did a therapy today.
And before we get started, I did want to send out our condolences and prayers to our mod PJ. She lost her husband over the holiday.
Yes.
And just wanted to let her know that we are praying for her and that, that we're sending her hugs during this difficult time. And also another creator, I don't know her personally, but she has been so kind to comment on our son's posts.
Yes.
Tiffany Marie lost her son, who was 20 years old. I believe his name was David. And we want to send prayers to her and, our condolences as well. It's terrible.
Yes. So
we can fully understand what she's been going through as far as, her son had a cancer diagnosis. He had lymphoma.
Right around the same time, right?
Yeah, right around the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. So sorry to hear that news, and prayers for all of them. There's some, and
if you can put your prayer.
Been thinking of PJ a lot. My understanding is it was sudden and not expected at all.
Chat.
Oh, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'm so sorry, PJ. Of course, reach out to us if you want to talk or anything at all privately. We'd be happy to do that.
You'll be surprised the number of people we talk to that talk to us for advice and different stuff offline. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. We've gotten to know several people offline. So if that's, if there's anything you could think of that we could do to outside of prayers, which we'll be doing for you and your
Yes.
family. Um,
And then also got another gift in the mail from Real Me Too for Middle
Yeah.
E. And on behalf of Middle E, we would like to thank you.
yes, you'll have to meet. Have they met?
They haven't met.
They
No,
haven't
she's met Biggie.
She's met Biggie, but not Middle E.
But
Yeah.
I intend to make sure that Middle E meets Real Me Too when she's here in February.
Yes. Yeah. You can't just come through town and disappear too quickly. We got to make sure we meet up
Exactly.
and see each other. So
Oh, we'll see her.
yeah,
We'll see her
yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So we'll Mrs. E, you got anything else you want to do before? Because we
I
got
just
so many
wanted
cases to do.
I went ahead and wrote everything down so I wouldn't forget.
Yes.
So I got through all of my stuff, and I'm ready to go when you are. And I'm probably going to just let him do a lot of the talking tonight.
Yeah, we'll do it kind of like we did the missing person. I largely won't be able to see the chat, so Mrs. E will help me with highlighting any comments
And
there.
Before we start, real quick, Lisa B member. Lisa B always has been a member for 15 months. Thank you so much, Lisa B. Always. We appreciate you always. And look how pretty she is. She's so pretty. Thank you, Lisa. And then Deanna D has also been a member for 12 months and also another beauty.
Yeah.
I was saying this the other day to him that our chat is just not, I mean, obviously you're beautiful as well, but you guys are so super smart. We don't have to dumb it down for you guys.
Yeah.
We don't have to use small words or anything like that.
Yeah.
You guys are so super smart. And we just love you guys so much, and just want to tell you we appreciate you.
Oh yeah, we definitely have the high IQ audience. We've learned that doing the deep dives over the last couple of years when
they think outside the box.
They come up with some stuff that's really sharp. It's almost like a brainstorming session sometimes when we do those deep dives. It's some of my favorite kind of streams we do.
And PJ has also been a member for 12 months, and she says thank you for all you do. And like Mr. E said, PJ, if you need us, please feel free to reach out. And we've been communicating offline, but please feel free to reach out. We're here for you and anything you need.
Yeah. Well, let's start with Sarah Grace Patrick here, who we have on the screen. And the reason we were going to talk about this one at the very top when I was first organizing it is it looked like that trial was just about to start.
I know.
And it has now been pushed back. But the woman on the left there, or the young lady, I guess, she was 17 years old. She is Sarah Grace Patrick. On February 20th of this year, 911 got a call out to Ty's Carrollton Road out in Carroll County, Georgia. Kristen and James Brown, pictured there to your right, those are her parents, and they were both found shot to death in their beds. It was actually their 6-year-old child that had come in and discovered the bodies that morning, and Sarah's the one that called 911. So she, the investigation went on for several months. What got this story a lot of attention was she went to social media and started talking to true crime YouTubers and social media influencers and that kind of thing. So there was sort of a, it just seemed like she was kind of grabbing for the attention to some, to others. It looked like she was trying to advocate for justice. So depending on which side of this you fall on, but regardless, in July, so the parents are murdered on the 20th of February. July, they arrest Sarah for the murder of both parents, and she's been charged with 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault. Now, some of the family members, they are supportive of Sarah, some are not. So there's some division there on whether they think Sarah's actually guilty or not. And it looks like the true crime community is actually a little bit divided on this too. There are a lot of people out there that believe she's innocent, and there are a lot of people that do not. So, and of course, a lot of evidence has been held back from the public at this point. So we think this is going to be a fascinating trial.
Yes.
It was originally going to start this month. They had a hearing though, and decided to set it for August 3rd. So this coming summer.
Is it August 3rd? Oh, I closed my.
Yeah, that's what I have here.
A spreadsheet because there's so many cases coming up, and I know some of you, especially Hobo Mom and Ty Bay, like it when we do our daytime trial coverage, and we're definitely, unless something, catastrophic happens, we will definitely be doing it because I'm fascinated with this because, like you said, largely her family is supporting her.
A lot of them are. And so,
and saying she couldn't possibly have done this. So, and the prosecutors claim to have a lot of evidence. So,
yeah. So we'll see.
They still haven't found the murder weapon.
They are, so there's a lot of problems like that.
Yeah,
I don't know what
lot.
kind of direct evidence they're going to have. The argument it looks like the Sarah Grace supporters and team are going to have is that there was so much pressure to get this case solved. Several months had gone by. They just essentially arrested the wrong person.
Right.
We'll see. We don't know what kind of evidence they've got at this point, but those are the cases to me that are the most interesting. The ones where I don't even know.
Right.
I don't have a. You kind of, whenever someone's arrested, you almost kind of get this bias immediately, just assuming the person's guilty. But I want to see the evidence, so it'll be a trial to be very interesting to watch. And Ty by Lux, thank you so much for the super sticker. What kind of sticker did we get there?
She sent me some hearts.
Sent some hearts. Thank you very much.
I always take those so personally. Like the super stickers are specifically for me. They're for all of us, I'm sure, but I always feel like they're just for me. And yes, dreaming. I'm not sure how to pronounce their name properly. Is it TP?
Tepe, I think.
Okay.
Tepe. Not with a long E, I don't believe.
Well, yes, we're keeping our eye on that.
But I want to play a little bit of Sarah speak. This is Sarah speaking at her parents' funeral.
I just wanted to say goodbye to my mama and Jamie since we never got the chance to. I was so used to you guys always being here to the point that I never once thought to imagine y'all not being here. I didn't have a single clue how much I needed y'all until now. For James, thank you for all the life lessons you taught me and for being the best bonus dad ever. Your heart will finally be healed in heaven and neither of y'all will be in any pain anymore. Although that gives me so much comfort, your fight was not supposed to end there. And for my mother, everything we went through does not define what kind of person or what kind of mother you were.
So, there's some.
I knew
that?
it. What did I say? Go to StreamYard real quick. What did I say?
Oh. Mrs. E won the bet that Auntie would end up showing up, make a surprise appearance. So welcome into our surprise guest, Auntie. Thanks.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. So how did your night go with your friend?
Oh, great. I'm actually visiting them in Southern Florida for a couple days. So we went to dinner and just got back, and we're just kind of hanging out. And they were like, "Yeah, go do your live," and I was like, "Okay." Okay,
cool. Are they gonna listen?
Well, they've listened to us before. They have heard us, but right now they're watching the news.
Were we dropping the ball so hard over here? You were like, I've got to come in here and save the day.
And
get this thing back on the rails.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in a room with different lighting and I look awful. So please forgive me.
I like your oar.
Thanks.
It's got the Steve Martin kind of thing, like the arrows.
Yeah. While you were showing that, Lisa B always sent me a sticker.
Yes, specifically for Mrs.
It's a fox with a heart. Thank you, Lisa. We appreciate that so much. And it was a $9.99 super sticker. So thank you, Lisa. You're very sweet. She thinks I'm sad.
Why?
Well, I am, I feel bad. I have, how I'm about, I have a lot of empathy for people. And our sweet PJ lost her husband, and Tiffany Marie lost her son who was fighting cancer. So
that's terrible.
Yeah. You do look really pretty tonight. I'm kind of shocked by it.
I haven't put my makeup on or anything.
Well, you look great. You look, your hair looks really good.
I washed it.
Tybay says that doubles as a weapon if we misbehave.
The oar. Yeah, that's my defense if anybody breaks in. Also, I saw that Dreaming said that the Tepe case is it's local for her.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, I'm very interested in it. There's just not much information out. yet.
We could do
A deep dive on it.
yeah, there's some stuff. We could do an hour or two on that.
There's some strange stuff with those 911 calls
Yeah,
for sure.
For
there's a
sure.
lot.
Auntie and I talked about that earlier.
Yeah. That was
Um,
it's crazy.
Well, the Teppy thing, so because it could be, there's a lot of possibilities about what happened. It's hard to understand. I mean, a dentist, you don't expect to be a target like that anyway. And there's not somebody that you would think of as having natural enemies. Seem like a happy family,
Mm-hmm.
so you just, it's not like a drug deal gone bad kind of thing that you would expect that to happen.
Tybay says the dispatch was awful. I can probably get the dispatch.
Yeah,
myself.
I've heard it too.
The
Well,
dispatch or the 911?
The 911, when the guy finds the body.
Oh yeah, that was bad. But
Yeah.
just the fact that they were like, well, everybody misses work. I mean, they just really dismissed the first call, and I thought that was really in poor taste,
Right.
or due to bad training. Because who says that to someone calling 911? You know.
Yeah.
Also, Nicey Marie says you don't need makeup, Aunt E.
Oh, thank you.
You're naturally beautiful. Don't tell her
Thank
that.
you.
She'll get a big head. Just kidding. Hi, back on track with Kat.
Well, let's go to our next one, if we can. Unless you got something you want to add about
no.
Sarah Grace.
Mm-mm. I just thought that was funny that I knew Auntie couldn't resist.
Yeah,
That's funny. Well, I just thought they were like, we don't care, go do it, and I was like, okay.
This is one that gets me all upset.
They can come in and chime in if they want to. If they have any opinions on the case, your friends come in and
you might not want to say that.
I might want to meet them first to make sure that they're suitable.
Yes, we've been friends since we all started teaching together back in a million years ago. So we've got many years behind us.
Well, this the women pictured here, or the ladies here. Brandi Elliott's the mom. Piper is a 7-year-old daughter. And this is a case local to us.
This is Sumner County, guys.
Yeah, so we've been paying a lot of attention to this. What happened is July 13th of 2024, Brandi allegedly near Drake's Creek was at her apartment, and her daughter wanted her attention. And she claimed later that she just was annoyed and needed space, and took her daughter, walked her down to the creek, Drake's Creek, like a walking path. There's like a place where people jog and bicycle and that kind of thing. Walked her down to one of those. Yeah, a greenway. Walked her down to one of those and led her down to the water and drowned her with her bare hands in the creek. Then people came by and called 911. And I don't know Brandi, but I recognize her from a restaurant that she worked at. She used to work at.
She was a server for you.
Yeah, well, it was more like a cafeteria style.
Oh, right.
So not really a server, but she would work behind the counter there. And so I recognized her face. And so anyway, this also because it happened a few months after Sebastian went missing, and
yes,
he just got our attention. And of course, the little girl's just precious. But her mother, of course, she actually confessed once she got arrested, and the details she gives. We've heard some of it, but not all of it's been made public.
Oh, guys, it's bad.
But the way she talks about drowning her own daughter is disgusting. And she talks about holding her under the water. Yeah, and
let's just wait for the trial.
The descriptions are terrible. She's a monster. And anyway, she looks like she's going to avoid the death penalty. They're going for first-degree murder. They're seeking life without parole. She's pleading not guilty as of right now. But they are going to do a state review at the end of this month on the 26th, or a status review, which I think what they're going to do is they're going to ask for a mental evaluation, something along those lines. And then
she's tried to harm herself in jail as well.
Yeah. So I think they're going to go for an insanity defense or temporary insanity, something along those lines. Because otherwise, I mean, I don't know how you plead not guilty to this crime.
After you confess, how do you plead not guilty?
That's what. Yeah. Wow. That's kind of that's the reaction Wow has. What? How?
Yeah.
Right.
All the speculation is that she's going with an insanity plea.
So if this does go to trial, I'm pretty much going to have to be in the courtroom.
Yeah, because I don't think this this probably won't get streamed anywhere. This will be
No.
one we'll probably have to go in and see it
I'm gonna have to watch it.
ourselves and watch,
I
because
want
we,
to see her go down.
man, a 7-year-old girl, all she wanted. This is what's so gross about this one. All she wanted was her mom's attention.
That's why it's gross.
She loved her mom,
disgusting.
wanted to talk to her mom, wouldn't leave her alone, and so we've got a lot of video and stuff about this crime. That eventually, we're going to do our own video on this, probably as we get closer to the trial. But anyway, this is one that we'll be keeping an eye on for 2026.
Shih Tzu Mom says, will this be in Sumner? Yes, it will. It is in
Mhm.
Sumner. And let's see. What did you say? The 26th? Yes, it's the 26th.
Status review.
It's a status review. It was going to trial before Christmas.
Yeah.
And but I've been keeping a close eye on this one, because this one I really, it's just horrific. All right.
Yeah. So
You want to go to the next one?
yeah, I think that's all I've got there. Let me close that out.
Ugh.
So
Ugh,
Who
Another
do we have?
horrific one.
this
Stephen
is awful
Stearns.
yeah.
yeah, so Stephen Stearns, we of course we talked about. Well, you know what? We didn't do big deep dives on this. We really just kind of covered more of the sentencing phase of Stephen Stearns. But his daughter went missing the same day Sebastian went missing, February 26th of
It
2024.
wasn't his daughter. It was his
Well, I
girlfriend's
guess,
daughter.
yeah, you're right. Girlfriend's daughter. She was 13 years old, reported when she didn't show up for school. And let's see. And there was a lot of, if you look at the old body cam video of Stephen, it was clear that he was involved. It was a very sloppy crime in a lot of ways. They ended up finding her body a week later on March 1st in a wooded area 30 miles south of Orlando. And a lot of the ways they solved this was the phone. He had a lot of, he had recorded a lot of the abuse on his phone. They were able to recover things he had tried to delete. And then he was caught on surveillance video throwing away her backpack, and the phone data, kind of gave him away. But anyway, he took a plea deal. He'll be serving life in prison. And he did that to avoid the death penalty. So that happened in July of this year. So he'll never see the light of day again. There really aren't any updates on this case other than I just looked into to see, is anything going to ever happen to the mom? Because there was a lot of feelings that she endangered her own daughter.
Right.
Maybe knew more about what was going on than she claimed. And that might sound crazy, but that does actually happen a lot, where the
Yeah.
mother does know the abuse is happening and they just overlook it, or they say, well, this is, he pays the bills. If we report it, we got to, sometimes there's they're an accomplice in a sense in those crimes. And I think a lot of people speculate that's the case with the mom. Anything I could find looking through this yesterday, it doesn't look like she's under investigation or going to face any charges, but
Yeah. There's back end deals, I'm sure.
yeah, that may have been part of it.
I wanted to say hello to War Eagle. I saw War Eagle come in, and Susanna, and Susanna was worried about being late, but that's okay, Susanna. We're not going to give you a late.
Yeah,
this time.
we've just done a couple, really.
And then Wowzer gifted 20 memberships. Thank you,
Oh, thank you, Wowzer. Good night. Thank you for that. I
Wow.
appreciate that.
That's very kind of you. If you received a gifted membership from Wowzer, please tell Wowzer thank you.
That helps so much. We've been talking today about the things we want to do member wise for the year. So we've got some.
Wait, can they even see your new books that Granny got you? Granny got him a bunch of books.
Yes,
for
that's a lot of my
Christmas.
Christmas right behind me there. All the true crime books back there. So I've got a little reading to do, a little light reading there. 2,000 pages of true crime. Some of it's in another room.
Well, we have some fun ideas going forward for our members. I think you guys are really going to like them. We're not going to announce them just yet, but we've had some really fun brainstorming ideas.
But I want to play this. This was from the hearing for Stephen Stearns that happened in July.
Sure.
Hard time contemplating a world where she's not around. I've prayed to God countless times, trade places with her, to take me instead.
Stephen Stearns' statement.
So, just that grossed everybody out. His statement about wishing he could trade places with her, which is just not true because he had every opportunity to stop
not
what he
do
was
that,
doing.
right.
Her life didn't have to be lost. He could have,
Hey, Aunt E, when you're not talking, will you mute? We're getting some background noise.
Okay, I was wondering because I got my headphones in. I will mute.
Well, no, if you want to say something, say something. But I'm saying when you're not, would you mind to mute?
Sure.
All right. So
I'm sorry, I pulled that down because I was.
So that's Stephen Stearns. And then do you want to go to the next one?
Yeah. Oh,
there's a lot. We covered so many cases. There's just a lot
do
to
you
do.
guys remember this one?
So this was Sin City Manny. This was one where this was like a cautionary tale for all YouTube drama people.
Correct.
The guy on the right with his wife, he went by the name Finney the Legend, but his real name is Rodney Finley, and her name is Tanisha. And they had gotten into an ongoing feud with Manuel Ruiz, pictured on the left, who went really by the name Sin City Manny on YouTube. I don't know what their content was really all about, but they got into
Las
this
Vegas,
kind of like Vegas and stuff. And Finney would go around basically the Southwest, and they were kind of more like influencer types of accounts, I think. But anyway, somewhere along the lines, they got into this ongoing feud with one another that went on, it looked like, for at least a year or two, just basically just trashing each other and making fun of one another. And Finney came to Las Vegas and was streaming, and Manny, clearly in a premeditated way, tracked him down and gunned him and his wife in the middle of their live stream, right in front of the Bellagio in Las Vegas. And so I've actually got the video here from our live stream we covered because I couldn't find another version.
Yeah,
So I'm going to play it. You're going to hear us reacting to it back when we covered this.
Okay. Okay, this will be fun.
So this is us reviewing ourselves, a review of our own.
A review of our review.
Yeah. I don't know how that works, but that's, let me share it here.
Maybe I need to remove mine.
And this happened back June 8th of 2000.
Can you make it big? Because we can just see like
5.
Can you make it big?
Yes. Oh, wait.
Full screen. Thank you.
Okay, so this is Finney with the ball cap to the right.
Wowzer says
And
double
coming
the ease.
in, can you see my what?
Wowzer said double the ease.
Yeah, like a mirror in a mirror in a mirror.
And Tybay says make sure you link the original channel.
Can we drop their information in the chat? Yeah.
I have white on in this, and I look remarkably sad all the time, so I apologize.
This one made you sad, actually, when we covered this story.
It's heartbreaking.
This video is harsh.
What doesn't make me sad?
Cursor, if I do this.
Yes.
Okay, so this is Manny entering the picture here with the kind of white sleeves and the ball cap.
Okay, I don't know which one's real, which one's live, and which one's memorized.
I'm not going to talk.
I'm not sure. Okay.
I'm not going to talk until this is done.
Because I was like, I looked over and you weren't talking, but I could hear you.
Yeah, I knew you were going to trouble with that. I'm not going to say a word until it's over.
And Tybay says we could have a few more boxes and we'd look like the Brady Bunch.
Right. Yeah, just do one more inside. We'll review this next year.
Thanks, Donut.
And this is his wife, Bubbles, who's between Manny and Finney at this point.
She's kind of pointing in his face right now.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
Yeah.
Okay,
so that is the end of that. So that's Yeah. So I mean, and what he's going to claim, he's going not guilty. Also, it looks like his date is not set. It might be more like 2027 for Sin City Manny.
What did I find? No, his trial is set for 8/17/26.
Oh, for August. Okay.
For August.
Yeah, estimates I was seeing was they were thinking 27. So they do
No,
have.
I have it as 8.
Let me
Because I
write that
tried
down.
to find. I got some of the documents, but I wasn't able to get all the ones I wanted. But yes, 8/17/26 is what they're projecting that
Okay.
the trial is going to be.
Yeah, I think that one's what he's going to claim is that when they pull their phones, he thinks they're weapons, and so he's going to claim self-defense.
Oh, good grief.
That is the defense he's going with.
Yeah.
Real Me Too said, I wonder if he would have not taken her life if she didn't get in his face. I don't know.
I don't know.
And
I mean, he shot many times. You could hear him it was like several.
yeah, he brought the gun with him though. I don't know. They are seeking the death penalty. So I don't know. Maybe he'll plead
live
out.
Streamers, competing live streamers. It's beyond me.
Yeah, it was just all over.
This is how ugly it can get.
All over ego, Yeah, so I mean it's and it's not the first time this kind of stuff has happened. There's one that happened on a Facebook live stream in Memphis a few months ago.
Yeah.
The guy got out of his car, recognized somebody he'd had a beef with online,
Mm-hmm.
walked up streaming, and the guy shot him while he was streaming the guy and killed him. So these things happen. It's just
Ty Bay says he planned it out, planned that and chased them down.
He did.
That's what it seemed like to me too. And Lisa B always says they wouldn't let it go, in my opinion. No,
Yeah.
it's
right.
I don't understand it. I don't understand that. There's plenty of YouTube for everybody. There's no reason to be competitive with someone like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he believes he was dissed in some way or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
we went back then. We went through a bunch of the stuff they had. A lot of it's taken down now.
oh, good. I'm glad we have it.
Yeah, we've got some of it, but they had they'd taken plenty of shots at each other. I mean, it was definitely a back and forth between the both of them. I mean, I know they don't ever dream of that, but still, but it happens. It happens enough to where,
Yeah. Real Me Too says he said on his live he was going after him and they were warned but didn't leave. Well, they probably had no idea it would come to this.
No. So anyway, I'm glad you found that date. I didn't know that. So August 17th of this year.
I didn't get through my whole list of trials.
Yeah.
That's one that was at the top.
We are thinking this year is going to be the year of trials for the Crimecast. I think there's so many that really we would like to do that we might do several.
A trial channel.
I know.
There's going to be so many.
Well, you want to do this next one? This is a weird one.
Okay, let me pull it back up. I don't know what's next. Oh.
This is Trenton Abston. He's 25 years old. And what happened was on June 15th in Memphis, he scaled the wall of a gated community and went to the mayor's home, the mayor of Memphis. And he knocked on the door. The mayor didn't recognize him. He said it looked like he had something in his pocket, so he didn't answer the door, called police. And then later he was arrested. Well, in his car, he had duct tape, rope, gloves, and a list of 5 other elected officials and their spouses and their children's names on this list. And he told police that he had come there with a taser to try to have a conversation with the mayor about crime in Memphis was his complaint.
We talked about this on.
We didn't go into all this detail because I learned all this in the last couple of days.
No, but I mean on the
our weekly Crimecast.
The weekly show.
Yeah. And the reason we talked about it was we were kind of seeing all these cases of just political violence, just in general. And so it kind of got our attention for that reason. But anyway, he's being charged with attempted kidnapping, stalking, and criminal trespass. His bond is at $2 million, which is pretty high considering the offenses. But the judge said because of that list of 5 other elected, he felt this guy was too much of a threat to let out until this is all taken care of. But that's just crazy. And who knows how that would have gone. Maybe he was there to have a conversation, but when you've got the taser and the duct tape and the list of children and their spouses, it's just, I don't know about you, but do you have his mug shot up? Is that what you're showing?
I do.
It's just kind of ludicrous. If you're going to talk to the mayor about crime, you're committing crime with, or have the intention to commit crime. It's so strange.
Yeah, he's got those vacant eyes
Yeah.
to me. So I don't know about this guy.
Well, I think he's missing the point,
Yeah.
Slightly.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of obviously the the fact that he was there to try to advocate for less crime in Memphis, and now he's a criminal. The mayor's like, okay, well, all right, you're right. We should charge more people. We're going to start with you.
Oh. Lisa says the list is damning, and I agree with that.
Yeah, the list is bad, and the duct tape and well, I mean, you could just kind of maybe make the argument that he just happened to have these items. They had nothing to do with him going there to have a conversation. But anyway, I don't know how much time he's actually going to spend in jail for those charges. He'll probably not significant. But anyway, hopefully that all de-escalates and he learns from this lesson.
I've already got the next one up.
Okay, good. Let me go to that.
This
So
was in Louisville, Kentucky.
this one's brutal.
This one's bad.
Zainab Abdi. And this woman's 40 years old. June 19th of this year, she was arrested for attacking her 6-year-old daughter with a hammer. And her older child ended up intervening to stop it. She told her police that she frequently becomes extremely angry and has difficulty controlling herself. Her son told police that while he tried to stop her, his mother kept saying, "Let me finish her." You okay?
I knocked my microphone out.
Oh, okay.
You'll have to excuse me for a minute.
Sure. And they actually did not expect the 6-year-old to survive, but she did, and eventually was discharged from the hospital. I tried to find out otherwise if there were any kind of permanent damage to the child or anything along those lines, but because of her age, there nobody, that information is just that information is just not going to be out there unless family members want to share it. But I mean, her getting discharged from the hospital at least is a good sign, because they weren't thinking she was going to live when they took her in.
She wasn't a doctor or something, was she? What was the mother like? I thought we
This
talked
was
about
a different one.
Okay. Oh, all right. I know there was one that the mother was a doctor.
She's on our list.
Okay.
There's a few people in the medical profession actually on the list today.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we've got a few dentists and doctors and everything else.
Policeman.
Yeah. I was looking here to see if I had in my notes if she had a career. It doesn't list a career anywhere that I see, but I don't believe she was a doctor.
Looks like her next court appearance is 1/23/26. That's what I have for her.
That's pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he realized it.
Say it again.
It's at the end of the month. Her next court appearance.
Oh, what was it?
1/23/26.
Oh, okay.
And I don't remember what it was. Maybe a status.
Because I think she was supposed to have had one in December, right? Did it get pushed? I'm not sure.
I don't have it in front of me. I had it up earlier, but
she
some of that stuff. Kentucky's very difficult to get information. Very difficult.
Yeah, some places are harder than others.
Mm-hmm. Florida, I can get it all day long. Tennessee's actually remarkably forthcoming, but Kentucky's hard.
So she's being charged with criminal attempted murder, first-degree assault, and criminal abuse of a victim under 12. And so that was after the grand jury came back. They actually expanded the indictments after the grand jury took a look at it. She's on $500,000 bond. So that's man, that's just so. A 6-year-old with a hammer, it's just that's unforgivable. So hopefully that she goes away for a very long time for that.
Real quick, could everybody say a prayer for Hobo's mom or Hobo mom? She's going to her cancer doctor next week, and she's praying for a good report.
Absolutely, we'll be praying for you, Hobo's mom.
Absolutely. Well, Look who the cat drug in. Mr. Nick the Hat. Hi, Nick. Nice to see you.
Hey, Nick. Good to see you here. Appreciate you joining us.
Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate
We appreciate
you.
it very much. I think I saw Nick's going to do a part 2.
Hobo's mom is also fighting brain cancer. So, and I know I say Hobo's mom. It's Hobo mom.
I know. I always say Hobo's mom too.
Oh, that's right. It's just Hobo Mom. I always do that
Yes.
too. So the next one we're going to talk about is Karen
She knows
Reed.
we love her either way.
Um,
Oh, sorry, I'm not on top of it.
that's okay.
There's Karen Reed.
Yeah. So this isn't one we covered like from the beginning or anything like that. We didn't. It's a pretty complicated case, but
It was so polarizing. I was kind of like, I don't really have a strong opinion on this one, so
Yeah.
I did not want to get into it.
but just a little. This was many people consider this one of the biggest trials
Yeah,
of the
Dreaming
year.
thought it was a really good trial, and
I've
I'm
heard
sure
that.
it was.
I've heard it was very interesting.
We just kind of stayed away from controversy during that time. Too
Well,
much
you
going
also
on.
can only focus on so many. You can't be an expert on every case or try. You know what I mean? It's just you have to kind of pick and choose
impossible.
what you're going to cover.
I think this was a hard one to decide what side you were on. There was a lot of information.
Well, Dreaming says definitely the right outcome, not enough evidence to convict.
Now that's how I agree with that too.
Yeah.
You said that all along.
Yeah, and yeah. So this started January 2022, January 29th. John O'Keefe, he died sometime between 12:30 a.m. in the early morning. They had been out drinking, and on February, February 21st or 2nd, Reed was arrested and charged with second-degree murder, manslaughter, and operating under the influence. Then the trial happens a couple of years later, July of 2024. It's a mistrial. So they go back to trial again in April of 2025. That's the trial many of you watched this summer. And then she ended up being acquitted of all charges except for the OUI. This was a highly controversial case. And
Yeah, for crying out loud, says they didn't prove he got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
yeah, and I agree with the outcome for the same reason. I just don't think that there was enough. I saw enough things from the evidence to go, I don't know. The tail light and movement of the body and the phone. Maybe she was involved or responsible, but I would not have felt comfortable convicting her with the evidence that was there. So this is her hearing her verdict. If it'll play.
Oh, wow. Well, Real Me Too, while you're getting it to play, says, I lived a few minutes away from her family, and I know many who know her. And I've heard a lot, and I believe she's guilty, but also understand the verdict.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to try refresh.
Mr. Foreman, on docket number 2282CR117001, murder in the second degree, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you? No. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do all of you agree? Thank you. 002, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar not guilty or guilty?
Not guilty.
Of.
Is not guilty or guilty about that charge or any lesser included charge? Thank you. Specifically, number 5, operating under the influence of liquor by operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or greater. Correct?
Yes.
So say you, Mr. Foreman?
Guilty.
So say you all?
Yes.
003, what say you? Is the defendant at the bar leaving the scene after accident resulting in death? Is the defendant not guilty or guilty? So say you, Mr. Foreman? So say you all?
Wow, listen to the
What say
cheers.
you? Is the defendant at the
That's
bar
why
guilty or
I,
not
Stop.
guilty?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to play it up to that point because they're on a delay hearing it outside, and when the crowd outside heard, you could hear the cheers.
Well, says they made it sound like it was the dog. Real Me Too, yes, we have talked about it before. And Pink Heart says, I have to believe the medical examiners in both trials. They all said he wasn't hit by a car. And Dreaming says Alan Jackson is one of the best lawyers. Listen to those crowds. Yeah, and it's with the Nick Reiner case. Yeah, we'll get to that.
If I had the money, I'd want Alan Jackson to represent me. I think
it's like back in the day, Johnny Cochran, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is just totally anecdotal, but I, online, everything to me had seemed kind of split on Karen Reed. But we do our true crime walking tour in Nashville, and anytime I meet people from Pennsylvania or we always end up talking about Karen Reed at some point. And I've met several people from that area that follow that case very closely. I have every single one was in support of Karen Reed that I met, and that's probably about 10 people or so that I've talked to. And so up there locally, there was not much of a split. It seemed many of them believe that it's a corruption issue and a cover-up. That the people that I just personally met. I mean, that's kind of a very small sample size, but that was just kind of my experience there. As far as things going forward, obviously the criminal element is really behind Karen at this time, but there are some civil suits. The O'Keefe family has filed a wrongful death suit that is continuing, but Reed has also filed a lawsuit alleging corruption and a cover-up.
Like against the city?
Yeah. They said it's
idea.
a pretty wide lawsuit. So maybe there'll be some answers there, but that's really all that there will be to follow. But pretty interesting outcome there. This is just one of the most heartbreaking
This is terrible
cases we've covered. This is Travis Decker, 32 years old, and it just had some kind of mental snap break issue, psychosis, something. He had visitation with his daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia. And on June 2nd, their bodies were found near Rock Island Campground. And it was later determined that they died from homicidal asphyxiation. This got a lot of news because he was on the run for months, it seemed, and couldn't locate him. At the crime scene, they found plastic bags and cable ties that were used in the murder of the girls. Just, unimaginable that anyone would do this.
Yeah, Shauna, me too. She says Travis Decker was the saddest thing. My heart aches for the mom of these 3 girls. I agree.
It was a scary situation with this guy too, because they thought it was believed he was alive, and he has this military background. People were almost kind of envisioning this Rambo kind of thing where he just could be anywhere out there in the Northwest. But it turned out he was less than a mile away from the crime scene. His body was found in September, and he had decomposed to such an extent that we still don't know what his cause of death was. I suspect probably took his own life, but we may not ever really ever know.
What state was this in? Wild wants to know.
I just have the state park written there. Was this Wyoming? Maybe.
I don't remember.
I got to pull it up.
I am quilting says I still can't believe they missed him. There's been a remarkable number of cases that we've have followed and listened to and researched ourselves where they miss bodies all the time.
That's right. It was Washington State because it's near Leavenworth.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Look at our chat. We have the best.
Everybody
chat.
knew.
Yeah.
Before I could answer. Yeah. Because I mean, this was just those faces. It's just so hard to understand. And the mom, of course, was just heartbreaking. So obviously there will be no updates or anything to do there unless we ever learn how he passed away, but it doesn't look like we ever will. He had decomposed too much.
Well, let's go to a celebrity one. Tyler Perry.
Oh,
did you skip? What did you have next? I went in the order you told me.
Yeah, I've got it here. Okay. I just wrote it down in the wrong order.
I wonder where this one ended up because I hadn't heard anything, of course, on the mainstream media.
Yeah, there's really not a lot of news other than there's been another lawsuit added. So we have the original another accuser.
Oh, wow.
So Derek Dixon was the original. He's doing the $260 million suit, and he's alleging harassment, assault, retaliation. And that's what we read, those court documents earlier this year. Since then, Mario Rodriguez, he is claiming sexual assault from Perry, and that's a $77 million lawsuit. Those are all going on through the courts. Nothing
Wow.
criminal has come from those at this point. And, offline, Mrs. E and I were talking about these. These are tough cases because you don't know. You don't know if they're money grabs or not.
Well,
because sometimes they are.
It's my understanding that this happens to, I mean, I'm not saying that this didn't happen. I'm just saying that celebrities encounter this a lot. Now, some of it is from bad behavior and some of it is from people trying to extort money.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the Me Too movement. There were some legitimate ones, but there were also some people that saw an opportunity to make some money.
Right.
And you don't know in these he said, she said situations until it gets to court, and then text messages and things like that could come out, which we saw some of that with Tyler.
Yeah, the text messages were pretty.
Some of them were pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
You mean you said he said, she said. This one's a he said, he said.
Well, you're right. You're right. You're right.
You're right. But so the text messages were pretty, as I recall, they were, which was hard to it's hard to understand how people with that much responsibility and power allow themselves to be in these positions.
Not everybody can be as level-headed as the E's.
Right. You would just think that if you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, that that people are just waiting for an opportunity to sue you. So why would you put yourself in a situation to like this? But they do. People do it all the time.
Want to be sleuthed? That's funny. Oh, let's see. Now, speaking of, I probably should have just put Diddy, but I like saying P. Diddy because I'm old school.
I think I had Barry Morphew. Did I have him later?
You never gave me Barry Morphew. He's not on.
Oh, I didn't have him on the list. Well, okay. That's okay. That's okay. So we'll just go to.
Do you want to just pull him
I can
up?
just talk about it.
Yeah, I can pull this down. You can just talk about it real quick.
Yeah, so Barry Morphew's an older case, but there's, obviously this is.
If you've got it for a minute, I've got dogs that need water. I'll be right back.
It's got back in the news because Barry Morphew, his wife Suzanne went missing May 10th of 2020, and it was a Mother's Day actually. She supposedly had gone on a bike ride. Her bike was later found, but not Suzanne, so she was considered a missing person case for the longest time. And then a year or so later, in May of 2021, Barry got arrested for her murder. And in April of the next year, 2022, his charges were dismissed without prejudice because there was mishandling of evidence. So it looked like he was kind of off scot-free. Well, then in September 22nd of 2023, skeletal remains were found in a shallow grave in Sequatchie County, which was 50 miles from his home. And when they obviously the skeletal remains, she was determining cause of death could be pretty difficult, but in her bone marrow, they found a very rare kind of sedative called BAM, which Barry would have had access to as a deer hunter. And so now he's been indicted a second time as of this year, June 20th. And he's being charged with first-degree murder, and which is kind of crazy. He probably thought he was free and clear. He was even suing the prosecution for malicious prosecution, but that ended up being dismissed in 2023. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But they also say that the body, it appears, had been moved several times. Is that one you followed very much, Andy? The Barry Morphew?
I read about it, but I really didn't follow it a lot because it just seemed like to me once they found the drug in her bone marrow or in her bones, I was like, well, he did it, and so I didn't really follow up on it too much after that.
Yeah, that'll be the most damning part of the evidence is the rarity of that drug, and if that's enough circumstantial evidence to tie him, but anyway, I know that's a trial that a lot of folks will be interested in. Let me see what's going on here.
Lisa B always says, I heard Barry Morphew is broke now, allegedly.
His bond to get out was really high. It was let's see, it was a $3 million bond. So it took 300,000 to get him out. It said, this says with help. KOA News says it was with some help from supporters. I'm not sure who the Barry Morphew supporters are. I suppose there's probably people that think he's innocent, you know. But yeah, $3 million bond, but you have to put up 300,000 to get out on that bond.
And Hobo's
Me
mom
too is saying the bond was donated.
Oh wow, okay.
But yeah, I would say he spent a lot of money on attorneys in the last 5 years.
Oh, Aunt E, I don't know if you were here yet. Middle E has a CT scan in the morning.
Oh, okay. Is that not just one that was scheduled or what?
Well, I was saying it threw us off because normally it's an MRI, and I actually asked, and they said that they are just doing a CT because it's less invasive. So I think they'll be able to tell if the infection's still there or not.
Okay.
But we don't have any dates, I don't think, on Barry Morphew, but that he is probably going to fight it. He doesn't appear to want to settle or plead. Real Me Too says that Barry was the one with the money, or that Suzanne was the one with the money.
Oh, well, there you go.
All right, so we're going to go to P. Diddy, or Puff Daddy, as I usually think of him.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Thank you, Wow. Wow sent hearts for Middle E.
Yeah, so of course, another one of these guys has put himself in a position that all the power he had, and he still found himself in a lot of legal trouble. He was facing some pretty serious charges, but he ended up only being convicted of transportation of prostitution and those type of offenses. He got acquitted of the more serious ones, which were racketeering and sex trafficking. But he is sentenced to 50 months in federal prison, which some people, I guess, were kind of saying that that's a lot considering the charges he was convicted on. But he will get out sometime in 2028. There's not really a lot going on outside of civil suits with that case. There's dozens of women that are suing him civilly, but again, we don't know, are these with merit, or are these people, just looking for a money grab? You never really know. The Sons are doing a docu-series in response to the 50 Cent one that the P. Diddy family was unhappy with. So they're doing their own about their journey.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty bad. I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
And Dreaming says the jury got it wrong in that case, in my opinion. And Real Me Too says she refuses to follow that disgusting creep.
Oh, in the P. Diddy one?
Yes. Thank you, Lisa.
I agree. So
yes, I agree too. I don't like him.
Just for this, I'm gonna play. This is where this
Can
story.
You make this big?
Bigger, yeah. All right, so let's. This is the video that kind of went viral on this whole situation.
Disturbing new video appears to support some of the accusations of abuse against music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
We want to warn you that this video you're about to see is extremely graphic. The surveillance footage that was captured inside of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016 allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. A now settled lawsuit filed by Ventura claimed that she was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken Combs punched her. The video appears to show Combs chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground, and then repeatedly kicking her. So far, there's been no comment from Combs.
So that's when I see that, that's not the first time that's happened. So this is a guy's, to me, that's not
his behavior. That's what he does.
That's not the first time he's laid his hands on someone. So and also feeling invulnerable. He's in a hotel hallway in a towel, beating his girlfriend, knowing that anybody could step out. There's likely cameras, and he feels invincible. Probably because for much of the last few decades, he has been invincible.
Are you going to cover Ashley Buzzard at all? Because Hobo Mom had some dates that she wanted to see that you knew about. She said that Ashley Buzzard's hearing date is January 21st, and her trial begins February 24th. If you wanted to make a
Oh,
note of it.
yeah, I do want to do that.
So, yeah,
we-
it beginning the 21st of January, and then her trial begins February 24th.
We talked about them on the missing person when we did the last one we did. So we weren't going to do that tonight, but yeah, that's another. There's like
What?
a dozen trials we want
I'm
to
sorry,
cover.
February what?
February 24th is when the trial begins. Her hearing date is the 21st of January, and the trial begins on February 24th unless something changes.
Okay. That's really fast
Yeah, it is.
compared to some of the others that we follow. Mystery, I texted you something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hobo Mom.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for keeping up with that. Okay, let me go to the next one.
All right.
I have Marcos Lopez.
Yeah. So this was interesting. This is Osceola County. Marcos is a sheriff, the county sheriff there, and he and 6 other people ended up being connected to a conspiracy to essentially a gambling conspiracy where they supposedly had cleared $20 million and were charged with racketeering, conspiracy, and an illegal gambling enterprise. Well, everybody has accepted a plea deal so far, except for Marcos Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of these.
Osceola?
Osceola County.
Or Osceola?
Yeah. So everybody below has taken, they're on like probation and whatever, taking these lesser punishments. So they are doing. This is one of those cases where they were working bottom up. His estranged wife, Robin, took the plea deal, and then several other people connected to it. If there's any criticism on this, some people are saying, well, Marcos isn't really even the top dog in the operation, but because he's the county sheriff, they're wanting to make an example of him.
Oh, wow.
Or it might just be, the first person to take the deal gets the better deal. And he's fighting it, it appears. So,
and we missed this on Kitty Hawk. We were talking about Ashley Buzzard. She said many states have a statute that if you off a child, it's automatic life, no parole, or the DP. I didn't realize that many states had that.
There are several now that's in the past few years
Starting to become a trend.
Yes.
Yeah, you see it. A lot of states are moving toward harsher penalties for crimes against children than we used to have. But anyway, we just thought that was interesting because of just kind of the rampant corruption down there, and what that could mean for other cases in Osceola. Because isn't Osceola County? Osceola. Isn't that Stephen Stearns? Isn't that his county?
I thought his was Orange.
Orange.
Oh, is that right?
This is Orlando, right?
Yeah, Orlando, which is Orange County.
Or actually Kissimmee, right?
Well, it's still Orange.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. But the city's Kissimmee.
Yes.
And then Osceola is north, if I remember. Is it north of? Or west?
I think it's west.
Is that where Apopka is?
Yes, I think so. I was going to look it up and see.
Now I need to know. Yeah.
But anyway, when you have that kind of corruption happening with your sheriff, it kind of impacts the whole community. Right. It makes you wonder what else has been going on there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what Kitty Hawk was saying. It sounds more like Vegas than Florida.
Yeah.
I would say Florida will be anxious to make an example of him.
Oh, yeah.
He is out on bond. And there's no court date set at this time, unless you found something today.
I did not get that far. And Lisa says, Grady Judd is the one in on that bus, allegedly. So
Grady's that sheriff that's just awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's the one that's very vocal.
And then, of course, we've got Brian Kohberger here next.
I think we all know what happened there.
Yeah. So, of course, the murders happened on November 13th, 2022. The Idaho 4. So most people think of that case. He was arrested a month later. He was a criminology PhD student at Washington State University. And this summer, he surprisingly pled guilty to the murders and took 4 consecutive life sentences. Of course, this is a huge case. There's not really any developments that have happened other than something I wanted to pull up here. Brian's sister came forward and did some interviews. Her name is Melissa. She's apparently going to do she's going to publish a book. Oh, no, someone tried to publish a book under using her name. So she came out talking about the just kind of what this experience is like, kind of her criticisms of different things and what this has meant to her family. I thought it was all pretty interesting. I want to pull up a couple of paragraphs from this interview that she had. This is published. The original interview was in the New York Times. I'm getting this from People magazine, though.
No, I haven't seen. Dreaming said, "Have you seen what happened in Minnesota today?" No.
Yes, I have.
I haven't.
It's
the
I've been preparing
ICE
for
agents
this all day.
yes.
Yeah, I did see this.
And also, Osceola is actually that Kissimmee celebration, Lake Buena Vista area, but Orange is the other parts of Orlando. So that area specifically is Osceola.
So after, I'm going to read a few
Hear our
excerpts from
background
this.
music.
I'm going to read a few excerpts from this.
Baby Einstein.
From this interview with her Koberger's sister, Mel. After the murders happened, she remembered reaching out to him and saying, "Brian, you're running outside and this psycho killer is on the loose," she recalled telling him. In response, she said he told her he would be safe and thanked for her worry. She described Brian as socially awkward, occasionally abrasive and prone to arguments with her, but said she never saw him to be violent, citing an instance in which he held her hands back to de-escalate a fight between them. Her parents, Marion and Michael, taught herself, Brian, and their sister to be loyal, self-reliant, and put others' needs ahead of their own, she told the outlet. She said when they broke into the home in Pennsylvania, she thought it was all kind of like a joke. She thought it was a prank. And then when she realized it was real, she became nauseated. And she just couldn't understand why they were there. She criticizes true crime culture of today. And of course, it affected her career. She was working as a mental health counselor and left after so many inquiries came in to her employer.
Well, you can see how that would be impactful, especially in a career like that.
Yeah, and I guess she had been in some kind of horror movie back in 2011. People were pulling that out. So just basically, talking about how people just dissected their lives. And then someone tried to wrote a book called by Melissa J. Koberger, apparently as an attempt to confuse the public in using her name.
Oh, wow. Dreaming says he didn't deserve a plea. They pulled the rug out from under the families at the last minute after preparing them all that time for a trial. He deserved the DP.
I agree.
And Lisa B. always says plea deal may be negated now because of his denial to pay the restitution, I heard, allegedly.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and Kitty Hawk says, yeah, he thinks he owes no one anything.
Yeah, these come up all the time about these plea deals. It's some of it's cowardice from the DAs. They don't want to lose. They don't want to lose. So if they can get somebody to plead, they're 100% guaranteed to get the conviction. You go to court, even if it's a 5% chance that you're going to lose on a pretty solid case, they don't want to take the chance. But
and Real Me Too says the prosecutor caved on this one. And let's see. And Kitty Hawk says the state saves money on the trial. They should have given $500,000 to each family on behalf of the 4. And Wow says, so then what happens if the plea deal is negated?
Well, how
they
can
choose
he
to
make
pursue it? I would suppose it would go to trial, right?
How can he make restitution when he doesn't have a job?
I think that's kind of the question, right?
I mean, he may have said, I'm not paying you, but how can he pay you when he doesn't have anything?
Well, I know they take money off his books, right? That's
that'd be one of the only ways you could do it, I suppose. Anyway, the rest of that article, she essentially is just calling for a more empathetic true crime culture, and that she was a true crime fan herself, and it made her rethink her approach. But I mean, actually, every time we cover, especially when we cover one of these monsters, like one of the really, really bad, the serial killer types, I always think about the family and what it would be like to be a child of one of these killers, or their wife or parent, and they are all victims as much as he is, um, because nobody asked for this, and most of them don't see it coming. And at least according to Mel, he didn't have a violent history.
Oh,
Sometimes
my
that's the case,
stars.
but with him apparently not.
Lisa says he's got 6 digits in his commissary from donations.
Like
wow.
I just can't imagine people donating money to someone that admitted to doing this.
Well, I mean, it's like Mangione and all these people that have these fans.
Yeah,
People have fans.
they
It's
do.
crazy. I know.
It is. The Real Me Too says, and I get their name, I mispronounce it every time. Goncalves.
Yeah, are suing the school.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should sue the school. I don't think the university did enough to talk about it, discuss it, or anything. And I think they tried to cover it up, actually.
It did seem that way. Yeah.
Yep. Isn't it like Chris Watts has a big fan club too, right?
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I mean,
know.
a lot
that
of them do.
Scott
Or like
Peterson,
that guy.
Scott Peterson had tons.
Or what's that guy with all the tattoos on his face? I can't think of his name. Just a monster. He's got all those women.
I don't know who you're thinking of. I'm sorry.
I know Real Me Too on those. I cannot think of the guy's name. He's got tattoos all over his face.
Yeah, it's like, I know which one. He's got the skull mouth. I know which
Yeah,
one you're talking about.
I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Because we haven't really
but yes,
followed
he
it.
does too.
He's got a huge fan club. But anyway.
And some of them think that he's innocent. So there's some of those people, Pro burgers. Wasn't that what they were calling them? Pro burgers.
Oh my goodness.
Well, anyway, speaking of monsters, Adam Schiff here.
Yes.
This man's 51 years old. And on April 28th, the older man on the right with the cap, he was a 76-year-old pastor named Bill Schoenman. And he was found dead in his home in a crucifix type of scene. And Adam Schiff went on a little bit of a run. He stole a truck, got in a wreck, he was on the loose for a few days until they caught him. And he admits that he had planned to kill a total of 14 other pastors all over the country, in this kind of warped religious ideology that he had developed.
Wade Wilson.
Oh, Wade Wilson. Yeah,
I couldn't think of his name. Thank you. Who came up with that? Real Me Too. Thank you.
He's being charged with first-degree murder, 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder, which is kind of the weirdest charge he's getting, because he he basically got caught after the first one here with Bill. So I don't know what evidence they have that they're going to be able to charge 3 counts of attempted, because you have to have done some type of action. So we don't know what that is. He also got a count of second-degree burglary, first-degree burglary, kidnapping, theft of transportation, second-degree criminal trespass. So if you don't remember this guy, the interview.
Time out. Pam said that guy just got the DP. So, and interesting. The Wade Wilson person. Are you listening to me?
I'm not. I'm sorry.
Wade Wilson got the DP according to a chat.
Oh, he did. Oh, but he's not dead, but he's on death row.
Well, they said he got DP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Dr. Pepper Princess. Nice to see you. Well, right. He's not gone, but that's what his sentence was. I didn't keep up with it at all. Not even a tiny bit. I just remember quite frankly, his face repelled me to a point to where I didn't even want to see it.
Right.
I'll just be honest with you.
So this is here's a little snippet of the way this guy was thinking.
The preachers are, in my perspective, are leading the flocks astray. They're preaching that Jesus is God's only son and God also. That's not what God said. Very clearly, he said that he alone is God. It's the first commandment. And so with the belief that Jesus is the only son of God and God, God's laws were annulled entirely. There's 13 tribes of Israel. So what I wanted to do was execute and crucify 13 priests and put one of the tribes of Israel in each of their right ears, which I did with this priest. I put the tribe of Benjamin. And then the 14th I wanted to do for Adam, because clearly Adam was God's one and only created son in his image, is the first story told in the Bible.
So that guy never needs to be out again, right? Man, that's just
That's crazy.
Insane, you know. You can just I don't know, feel the danger off that guy. I almost feel bad for the lady doing that interview.
I know. I would just be afraid for her. I mean, he obviously has a plan, though, a well thought out plan and rationale for why he's doing what he's doing, which is scary in itself. But I don't know that he was after anyone else.
Well, he had 14 total. He was looking at.
Yeah.
He just didn't get there. He only got through the one, but he had planned on driving all over the country, going to these different targets.
Well, he said he called them priests, but this guy, that he wasn't a Catholic priest. He was just a minister, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was he was described as a pastor at his church. So it just, but people that he viewed as, you know, preaching some form of false doctrine or whatever he thought, you know. But good night. Let's hope that guy never sees outside of a jail cell again. Hope there's not a date listed for his trial, but good grief. I hopefully that you know, if you're capable of doing that, you never need to be out in the public again. I in the last 2 years of us doing this, I've become a bigger advocate of death penalty.
No kidding.
Than I used to be.
Lisa B always says justifying his bad actions with God's word is just gross.
Well, it's misinterpretation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of misinterpreted Bible stuff lately, but I won't get into that today.
Thank you, Dr.
Probably a good idea. All right, so that was Adam Schiff there.
I'm sorry.
You ready, Mrs. Z?
Oh, our fave.
Yeah.
Wow.
The sweet little girl.
Put a 1 in chat if you were here with us during the Megan Boswell trial, our very first trial, our only trial.
The only one we've so Megan Boswell, December 19th. I didn't realize it was that long ago, but her
wow.
That's the last time anyone had actually seen her little baby Evelyn. But she wasn't reported missing until several months later into 2020.
Love it.
Her body ended up being found in a trash can on their property. If you remember, the little girl was found in a horrific position in the trash can, in like essentially what was like a little playhouse for Megan as a child. We followed that trial. I think her defense did as good as he could with the evidence against her. Her own words got her in this case. So she ended up getting life in prison. She did have possibility of parole. Then in September, there was a follow-up hearing about additional sentencing and that kind of thing. And she received an additional 33 years on top of that life sentence. So she'll never get out. I do have her reaction here.
Are you playing her response?
Yeah.
Y'all, this makes me mad.
So this was her response at that hearing, and this obviously
did not. Can you make it big, please? Or can you? I got you that trackpad so you can zoom in. Yeah, zoom in.
I gotta hit play though.
Okay, hit play, then zoom in.
Oh, dang it!
Yeah, you know what? I've only watched.
Those guys.
Okay, here we go. I won't touch it again.
I would just like to say that the state of Tennessee treated me very unfair during this whole investigation. And had I had a fair trial and an impartial jury, I would have been acquitted of the murder charges. I would have never hurt my baby, and I did not kill Evelyn. That's all.
Then who did, Megan? Who put her in your childhood playhouse, Megan?
So she took no
Can you turn
responsibility.
it off? It's still going.
So she took no responsibility there at all, right?
Yeah. So who did it then? Who chose to put your daughter in your playhouse, your childhood playhouse?
Okay.
Yes, Deanna, I agree. Deanna says that trial made me ill, but I am pleased justice was served for that sweet baby.
No
I agree.
kidding.
Lisa says liar. Well,
Yeah.
just straight to the point.
And I think the judge even commented on
No accountability made.
how
everyone
she
disliked
showed
her.
no remorse and, and whatever. She's blaming everybody else. And then had the crocodile tears and a little fake cry.
Ty Bay says, I'm back just in time to be infiltrated by Megan Boswell again.
Ty Bay was definitely there.
Infuriated, not infiltrated.
Oh. Okay. I don't have my glasses on.
And actually the whole reason that we started covering Megan Boswell at all was because Mrs. E found these interviews and it reminded her so much of the Sebastian Rogers interviews that were happening with the press. So I just want to, if you didn't see all this, part of the reason that
I never said who it reminded me
Yeah.
of till just now. Thanks for outing me.
Hey, we didn't? Oh, I think we
No,
did.
we did too.
Yeah, we
said-
did.
Yes, we did.
But
There's just some common language that really bothered me.
I'll tell you, when I watch these, her eyes to me, you can see the calculation in her eyes when she talks. Her words give her away too. But I just want to play a little bit of this to give you an idea of what was happening. This was one of her very early interviews when her child was reported missing.
Is there anything that you can tell us about, like, what kind of baby she is? I know you said that it's hard to see.
She's a happy baby. She hardly ever cries. She wants to wave and talk to everybody. She walks funny. She doesn't know how to pick her feet up, so she kind of wobbles.
Is she talkative?
She is.
What,
she giggles a lot. You'll smile at her, she'll just start giggling. She's very happy.
And so you said she is talkative. It's full sentences. Like, what milestones has she met? Like, is she a smart little girl?
She is. She hit every milestone early. She can almost say I love you. She's not fully got to sentences yet, but she does say a lot of words.
You must be so proud of her.
I am. When Baby Shark plays, she tries to dance with them and sing it.
You said that's her favorite song. Do you do the puppet with her a lot? And I know all of this is very hard. Can you tell me how you were feeling?
I just want her back. That's all I want.
Are you feeling worried or anything along those lines?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about that at all?
Well, the reason I didn't report it or anything is because I knew the person who had her, and I didn't want them to run away with her. And as soon as they thought anything was going on, they just kind of vanished.
So there's so many deceptive things in there. Her eyes give her away. She's got the duper's delight, laughing constantly. She can't hardly take that grin off her face when she's lying to these reporters. And she does the victim blaming. She always has a little bit of a, flaws in Evelyn. Oh, she walks a little funny. She, those kinds of things that people do. But anyway, so we were all, it was actually a really interesting trial also. But we were all glad to see justice there for her.
Yeah. Romy too said the reporter helped this case tremendously.
No kidding.
I'll tell you, her interrogation videos are great.
She changes her story over and over. And so the police knew there was a problem with Megan. But anyway, there's no updates on her. It does look like she's going to try to continue to fight. Maybe try to get a new trial, all that kind of stuff. But I think that's all
see
pointless.
that happening for her.
So we can go on to the next one. So I think hopefully there won't be any updates on Megan. Hopefully she just rots in a cell.
Yeah.
Caitlin's what I've got next. You have that one?
Yes, I do.
So Caitlin Harp, 33 years old, pictured here. She disappeared or at least was last seen on June 19th of 2025. She was very close with her twin sister, Heather, basically would text like daily. And when her sisters didn't return her texts and her Life 360 went offline, she called in almost right away to report her missing. And she was missing for 9 days. We covered this when it was happening, and Vinny, the husband, will eventually get charged. What happened was Heather, the twin sister, searched every day and ended up finding her sister's body out on a property that used to be owned by Vincent's family. She was in a green metal box, and it wasn't police or anything that found her. It was actually her twin sister, which is horrifying in a way. But he's being charged with criminal homicide, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse. And the news on this, I didn't see a court date here either. But I do have the sister came out and did an interview also with People magazine. It was really interesting. I want to read part of this too. If you'll bear with me here just a moment to get to a good spot. Yeah, so she hadn't talked prior. Okay, so I'm going to read some of this. Caitlin and I were inseparable from the start. We even came out of our mother's womb together. When the doctor decided at the last second to perform a C-section, we spent our childhood on a farm in northeastern Pennsylvania, running around barefoot, chasing butterflies. Caitlin loved butterflies and staying out until well past dark. Caitlin would insist we carry out some mischievous act despite my protests. They did things like switching places at school. She describes Caitlin as being kind of like the wilder one. She's the milder one. So they kind of had that balance with each other. At one point they go to get tattoos together, and she was like, Caitlin already had several tattoos. This was her first. And the tattoos, one had it where it said, you keep me sane. And the other one said, what was it? You keep me crazy, or something like that. Kind of recognizing each other's, kind of how they balanced each other. And she was married, had children, and then when her husband died, she kind of spiraled into drugs. Caitlin did. And so then she comes along with Vinny, and there were some sort of red flags with Vinny. But anyway, so things progressed that way. And then of course, she disappears, and Heather has a pretty good idea that something terrible has happened and that Vinny's responsible. As she's doing the searching, at one point, she says, at one point, the local police said that our efforts were hurting their investigation, but I couldn't sit at home while my sister was somewhere out there, which I think is interesting because we hear this all the time. They don't want people searching. They don't want people looking. They want everybody to sit at home, which I don't know how you do that when your sister's, missing like that. But she didn't hurt the investigation. She ended up finding her sister. And here she describes it. On June 29th, we went back for a second search of a 40-acre site where Caitlin and Vinny had once lived. We were prepared for a grueling day. But 15 minutes later, my dad noticed faint tire tracks in a muddy field. And get this part. A pair of yellow butterflies came out of nowhere. As we slowly followed, they flew toward a big green metal box sitting at the foot of a bluff. I called the police, but I already knew Caitlin was inside. 3 hours later, Vinny was in jail.
Wow.
But how crazily poetic is that? That, she's talking about how her sister loved butterflies, the twins, they see the two butterflies, it leads her.
Wow.
That box. Just crazy. He it looks like he's going to fight this too. He's not I don't think he's going to take a deal.
Well, and they found blood evidence in his vehicle, so I'm not really sure how they're going to get, how he's going to have much of a defense.
Yeah, and his driving around that day, I remember we were tracking all that, and
Mhm.
he's caught on cameras, and he's got that green box in the back of his truck at one point.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look at that live, but we found a lot of stuff that's going to be a problem for him.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't think we have a court date yet. But another very interesting one there. Unless you had one, did you find one on?
I haven't seen a court date on that one. I actually looked that one up, and it did not say.
It was further down. Like I said, I didn't get all the way down my list.
That's okay. I was just checking.
But
Nick had a cool comment. He said, "I spoke with Heather in real time. The butterfly story was retold by many who witnessed it that day. It's wild."
I remember you were covering that case. You were really interested in that one because it's up in your area there. Yeah, it's just kind of amazing how that happened. It's like I think of it all the time where McDonough says sometimes the investigators feel like the hand of God is leading them through an investigation, and that's kind of what that feels like there with Caitlin.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And nope, hang on. Sorry. Kitty Hawk said he's driving around. He's on camera. It's his property, blood in his vehicle, and he was the last person to see her alive. He's dreaming if he's getting to go home forever.
Right.
Yeah, I think there's too much there.
Oh, okay.
And just he was with her. Didn't he sell that 4-wheeler also?
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff it's going to add up. I mean, what they don't have obviously is they couldn't determine a cause of death. They're not going to have an eyewitness to it or anything like that. So it's going to be a circumstantial case, I guess, but it's a lot of circumstantial.
It'll be interesting
evidence.
to watch for sure.
You got something you want to say?
Oh, I was just going to say what Nick said. We partnered and also ran billboards together with them.
Yeah, I didn't realize you had talked to Heather specifically, but yeah, she good for her for not backing
I remember
down.
him saying that.
He said he'll plead out or be convicted. Air the photo I sent you.
Oh, where did you?
Yeah, I'll be surprised if he walks away.
I don't remember the photo you sent. Did you send it tonight? So,
I don't know.
Well, we'll just keep going. Oh yeah, and BHB went there. I remember
Oh, right.
BHB
Yeah,
going.
she got some great footage up there.
Yeah, she did.
Well, the next one I want to do is DB Cooper, if you can believe this. This is probably one of the most famous heist theft kind of
That's all I
cases
could
in
get.
U.S. history. Well, that's really all there is, So if many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with this case, but every once in a while there's like a new clue that comes out, and there's even
I remember the quad photo, Nick. I just don't have it prepared for the show. Sorry.
the quad photo.
Of the thing he was selling.
Of the four-wheelers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, DB Cooper, we had covered this year because some new information had come out about the clip-on tie having these like titanium alloys and different materials found in the tie, which led investigators to believe that DB Cooper may have had some kind of background in science or a technical field or something along those lines. So it was kind of like a new piece of evidence in this mystery. DB Cooper famously hijacked a plane and made off with $200,000 in 1971. And there's been all kinds of speculation about this. There's been all kinds of suspects. It's been sort of a kind of whatever happened to the 200,000,
right?
Because he took a parachute, jumped out of the back of the plane, and never seen again.
Yes.
$6,000 or so of the money ended up being found eventually, and turned in, and then various little clues.
How much was what it was? I
Yeah,
didn't think it was
because
ever found.
they know every dollar because they have the serial numbers on the money. So when it turns up, they know they've got.
Oh, but they didn't find it at the site. No.
Well, yeah. Someone found. I'd have to go find this. But
I feel like I watched that. Okay, maybe I'm crazy.
But yeah, like $5,000 or $6,000 of it ended up being found eventually.
Okay.
Well, so a sort of recent development has happened since we covered this, is that it looks like they may, I mean, every few years somebody thinks they figure out who the DB Cooper is. But one of the suspects that's kind of always been floated around was Richard McCoy II. He also had hijacked a plane in April of the next year. So November 1971, hijacks a plane for $200,000. This guy, Richard McCoy, hijacks a plane April of 1972 for $500,000. Well, he got captured 2 days later, but the MO was very similar. He used the rear air stair exit, doing the ransom, jumping out with the parachute. So he was always kind of considered a potential suspect. He ended up being arrested and convicted of that crime. Well, while he was in prison, he ended up making a fake gun out of like toothpaste in the jail, and he and several other inmates did a jailbreak and got out using this fake gun he had made out of toothpaste somehow.
Okay.
I guess just molded it or whatever he did.
Out of toothpaste.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he goes on the run, and eventually when he's caught, there's a massive shootout and he dies in the shootout with FBI agents.
Okay.
So anyway, that happened in 1974. Then a couple other clues come out. Well, in 2023, McCoy's children, their mother passes away, and they hand over a parachute and a logbook to the FBI, claiming that their father was DB Cooper.
Okay.
So they are currently doing DNA testing to see if this parachute lines up with DNA that they have.
Okay.
So forensic science eventually will solve this case, potentially.
Okay.
Maybe. But we've had several possible DB Coopers over the years, but that's
Yeah, there's a lot of stories, Lisa, about DB Cooper. She said, I thought DB Cooper died in a tree hanging in his parachute, allegedly.
And on a
Are you even listening when I speak?
I was looking at the next thing. When you talk, I take the opportunity to get ahead on the next thing I have to.
Okay, well, I was talking to you
Okay.
directly.
Sorry, they're talking to the chat.
Lisa says, I thought DB Cooper died in a tree hanging in his parachute, allegedly. I think there were a lot of different stories.
I don't know about that. I was just looking here though. It ended up being 5,800 as someone found, and they turned it in. One kind of side note to DB Cooper: if you do come across the money, you have to turn it in. Like it actually is a crime to keep that money, and they would know that you were the one that found it because they've got all the serial numbers on these ransoms.
Okay.
And so if that money ever circulated, they'd be able to track it back to you, right?
So if I spent $1 of DB Cooper's money at Walmart, I would get arrested?
Yes, you could. Yeah.
What if I get it accidentally?
No, you could. And there's not a statute of limitations on that.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, that's interesting. So because you always think, what if you ever find the bag of cash on the side of the road, or like Don Cheadle at the end of Boogie Nights, or something? If you ever just find yourself in that situation where you find the pile of cash, do you turn it in or do you keep it? If you think it's stolen, probably a good idea to turn it in, because good chance you could go to prison for that. And then they did, the guy that turned in the 5,800, they gave him a $2,800 reward.
Oh, wow.
For turning it in. So, but anyway, so that's kind of the update on the DB Cooper
Real quick,
situation.
Nina Drew, hello. It's nice to see you. And she wants to know if we sent her shirt out yet. I just checked, and it looks like your order has been shipped. And she got an armchair detective. That's awesome. Well, thank you for doing that. You're so sweet. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
I hope you enjoy it.
So let's go to Dennis William Day.
Sorry. Can you see the screen?
Knows damn well if he found the money, he'd launder it. I would. Anybody would. It's DB Cooper's.
Right. I have to. I'm kind of with Nick on this.
I
roll
agree.
the dice?
I'd roll the dice, and plead ignorance. How are you supposed to know?
Right.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If I went to Walmart and ended up somehow with DB Cooper's money, how could I get in trouble? I have nothing to do with that.
I know. I was just reading through it. It's just one of those little tangents I got on reading about it today. And yeah, apparently you can.
Wow, listen to what happened to Tabe Lux. She said, speaking of stolen goods, my uncle, a priest and saint of a man, has cops show up at his house for a stolen car he had just bought 2 days before.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't want to get
That's so unlucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. Well, I don't want to I'll tell you offline. Remind me to tell you about Texas.
Okay.
I can't talk about it online because I just can't. Dreaming says you got a laundry. LOL. Buy expensive art. Absolutely. See, that's who I'm talking to if we find DB's money.
Yeah,
I'm talking to Dreaming. She already knows what to do with it.
It actually just wouldn't have occurred to me at all that it could be tracked that way, but I guess it could.
Well, what if you took it to like the Caymans? Like, what if you flew with it to the Caymans?
Yeah, flew somewhere out of the United States territories.
Yeah.
It's trickier than it might seem.
Kitty Hawk also had a nephew who bought a stolen car and the sheriff took it away from him.
Oh my gosh.
People check those titles. Make sure they're accurate.
Right.
Charter a private jet. See, this is what I'm saying. If I'm going to have a partner in crime, it's going to be Dreaming because she's got all the ideas.
She's got it all worked out.
That's funny.
No kidding.
All right, I'm ready for the next guy.
Nick says, for all we know, it's been in the laundry twice and dried.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that 5,800 turned up, but not the rest, right?
Right.
That is weird.
And Dreaming says we all watch too much true crime, apparently.
Obviously.
Okay, I'm ready. Sorry. Next one.
That's scary.
Yeah, I know. So that's Dennis William Day. This happened in Fort Worth, Texas. Rona Solari, 47 years old. She was last seen March 2025. She was a flight attendant. This is one of the weird things about this story. She just wasn't showing up for work. Friends couldn't get a hold of her. Months go by, and she was not really reported missing. And then I think it's June, people start to get suspicious. Let me get up here to this.
Sorry, just to follow up to what Kitty Hawk was saying about the stolen vehicle. He lost $25,000 and had to turn around and buy another Toyota Tacoma. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That seems very unfair. It seems like they would have to pay restitution on that or something.
Mm-hmm.
It took a couple of months for police to get on this. I don't know how you could be a flight attendant, not show up for months and there not be red flags before, but for whatever reason, it took a few months for them to start really trying to find what was going on with her. She, of course, was living with Day. And once they came out and did a couple of visits, he became a suspect in her disappearance. Well, they had a security video of him moving her out of the house or something along those lines that they showed him. The public hasn't seen that yet, so we don't know exactly what they showed him. So they had some pretty strong evidence to charge him with. But what kind of got this story famous was the butt dial. So he allegedly took the body to a river, dumped her off a bridge with a friend, and he accidentally butt dials the accomplice. And although that audio has not been released to the public, the affidavit says that some of the quotes are, "Hey, help me. Make sure the lid's on. I'm sorry I got you mixed up in this," among other things.
Wow.
So that's all expected to be part of the evidence.
Yeah, I haven't looked at this one much.
Yeah, so he's being charged with charged with murder and tampering with evidence. And then his friend Johnny Thomas, or Joni, Joni Thomas, is charged with tampering with evidence. And that's all about that voicemail. So that'll be kind of interesting if that audio is ever played in court. It's not out in the public yet, but kind of crazy that a butt dial might do you in. But he admitted though that he strangled her in an argument.
Oh my stars! I can't get past his mugshot looking like. Do you remember the Nick Nolte one?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the one? I'm
Very
talking
similar, where his hair
The
looks
Nick
very
Nolte
similar.
one?
Oh yeah, that does look like that, doesn't it?
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Kitty Hawk says, I don't understand why she is living with this guy. And that's a good question.
Yeah, she's
Scary.
47 years old. He's 66. Doesn't look like he's got a lot going for him
Yeah,
there.
how is that?
You know, I don't know. I don't know what that situation was.
Hold on.
Oh, you're looking for Nolte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very similar.
It really is.
Yeah, it does. It looks
It's
very
very
similar.
similar.
I like Nick's shirt a little bit better, though.
But what in the world's going on with? Okay.
Yeah.
What causes this kind of hair?
Psychoactive drugs.
I don't know.
Motorcycle riding without a helmet. I don't know.
I don't know.
And I don't have a court date for that. I don't know if it says that he confessed in the interrogation, but that doesn't
not
always
that
mean
one.
they're going to plead guilty. Nothing here is saying at this point that there's any resolution.
Okay, I've got the next one for you.
So Marissa DiNapoli, 18-year-old, briefly was missing. Martin Mendoza was a suspect right away. The family had warned Marissa that he was bad news. This is June 29th of this year. Marissa was supposed to be going to work at Starbucks, never showed up, and then her family reported her missing. Some family members I was reading had said that she needed to get away from him. He would eventually kill her, and that appears to be the case. On July 2nd, her body was found with 5 stab wounds in her back. But before her body was found, Mendoza had fled the country on July 1st and went to Mexico. For whatever reason, he came back on July 6th and was captured in El Centro, California. His court date is supposed to be on February 26th of this year. He is expected to take a plea deal for her murder. So, yeah. So
is he a legal citizen, or is he?
It's a good question.
Do we know?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up. Would you like me to look that up? I can find that out.
I don't know. I just wondered. Because there's been a lot of that kind of crime, and I just wondered for my own curiosity.
And I also just texted you something that you need to realize, sir.
Oh, apparently he was not a U.S. citizen. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just texted you something you need to.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. All right. So anyway, it looks like he's going to take a plea deal. Hopefully it's a nice, lengthy prison sentence for him.
Oh, it says he is a U.S. citizen.
Oh,
okay. He is?
That's what it says.
Okay. Maybe you're right.
Oh, no, it says there's no verifiable information
that he is.
And the media and police reports have not yet indicated one way or the other.
Well, if he was, they would say. If he was a U.S. citizen, they would say it.
Right. It says his crossing at a border point suggests he may not have been.
I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to find out.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
By the way, Aunt E, is the new Stranger Things, the secret episode dropped yet? Or
oh, I don't know. No, I just thought it was funny because it was all over the place.
No, I'm teasing.
Yeah, it's funny that rumor how it did.
But what wouldn't that have been the end all be all to fool everyone that way?
It fooled a lot of people into thinking it was going to happen.
Yeah, and there were even people that started websites with a countdown trying to simulate it and all this stuff too. It was crazy.
So we have Crystal Rogers, and Crystal had disappeared or was reported missing July 3rd of 2011. She was seen in Bardstown, Kentucky. Her car was found with her keys, her purse, and her phone inside. Her body still even today has not been recovered. And I always think these cases are interesting just because it's just, these no body crimes, You can still get justice. The boyfriend, Hawk, he's serving life in prison. Joseph, he got a 25-year sentence, and Stephen got a 17-year sentence for those murders.
And it's
those
been
cases were
years
all
and
this year.
years. Yeah, it's
We
been
need
years and years.
We need an emoji that says justice served.
Yeah.
That's what we need. I would put that in the chat if it were.
Oh, we have a
Yeah.
request for merchandise. Nina wants to know when the Nobody Cares cup comes out.
Probably this week, actually. I'll do it for a limited time.
And
Because I don't think anybody cares.
I was looking into basically just, is there any hope for appeals, things of that nature? And it looks like probably not. It looks like these guys are, unless something crazy happens, they are serving those sentences.
Yeah.
Next.
So we'll go to.
Yes, Bullhorn Betty she covered the Crystal Rogers case extensively.
Yes. Yes.
Back in the day.
Lisa needs that cup.
Yeah, me too, Lisa.
The only thing I had on
I meant
the
to
Crystal
send you one
Rogers
for Christmas and I forgot.
was that a retired detective that had worked it came out and talked about it in an interview with let's see what
do I need to go back?
WHA. No, it's okay.
WHAS
came out and did an interview about it. I wasn't going to play it. But it was interesting just because he talks about how for 10 years it basically was his career.
Wow.
And it's the kind of case he says was a 1 in 100 year case for their county.
For sure.
Oh, I remember it was such a huge thing, and I lived about 30 minutes away from there. And we had signs all over our county, and it was all up and down the Bluegrass Parkway. I mean, it was everywhere. It was a big deal for a long time.
Yeah.
So he wanted charges brought sooner than this, is what the Jon Snow's actually his name, the detective.
Jon Snow?
His name's Jon Snow. But he says here, it is entirely up to the prosecutor as to when or whether or not they take a case to the grand jury. Snow said, we disagreed on that. I'll say we disagreed on whether or not we had enough to indict him. So it's kind of an interesting thing too. You do sometimes have these, we look at other cases, we wonder why have arrests not happened. It's not entirely up to the investigator.
Right. And look how long it took for this one to actually go to court and then be tried and then convicted. I mean, it's been many, many years.
Yeah. And he said he believed that these three men were planning this out for weeks in advance. Anyway, so it's just interesting that he's out talking about that now.
I can't believe you're not going to set me up.
Oh, and Miss D, when can Lisa be always order the Nobody Cares cup?
I will get it out by Friday this week.
Yay!
You know nothing.
You're stepping on my
Okay,
joke.
how am I supposed to set you up?
You were supposed to set me up for a good one.
How?
I was just going to say, you know nothing, Jon Snow.
You could just say that anytime.
That's one of my favorite quotes of all time.
I know.
One of my favorite quotes of all time.
How many times do you think he's heard that in his life?
Oh, I'm sure. I wanted you, Aunt E, to actually look at it with me and make sure you like the design before I finished it. Because I was just kind of goofing around when I made it.
So you have James Craig up next.
First, I want to say thank you for the super sticker. Let them. She sent one that says, how's it going? And with the fox, it says hello.
Thank you
and
very
Pam,
much.
Thank you, Pam, for becoming a new member. Oh my goodness. You guys, thank you so much. Welcome. We are going to start doing our regular trivia. And like I said, we've got some fun ideas. We haven't even told Aunt E the fun
No,
ideas.
we haven't gotten to talk.
So
we really didn't talk about the show at all while we were together.
Well, I have to tell them what we did do when we were together. Because she's probably asleep. So I got to tell on Granny.
Okay.
Granny got ruthless.
Yeah.
Granny got ruthless with the what was the game we were playing?
The Monopoly. It was a Monopoly card game.
A Monopoly card game. And Granny, it was really, really entertaining to see how much she loved that.
Oh,
game.
it lit her up. I mean,
she lit her up.
She was sitting up straight, ready to play. I mean, it was
she would have
funny.
played several more hands.
We played lots of games with her over
Yeah.
the years on vacations.
And
There was something about Monopoly.
Ooh.
She
It
even
brought
knew
the
some of
fire.
she even knew some of the Office trivia because she's watched it with me a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I haven't ever seen her that competitive before.
Middle E
The Monopoly
and
game.
Aunt E went head to head on Office trivia. She got him an Office Trivial Pursuit for Christmas, and so they went head to head.
That was fun.
And so that was kind of fun. But yes, Granny was on fire with that Monopoly. Who would have thought a $10 card game would make her so happy? But she loved it. So we had a good time. We didn't care for our rental house, but other than that, it was good.
Just you don't always get pictures can be deceiving.
Yeah, it was gorgeous online. It was gorgeous. It was just not comfortable.
No, that was it. It was more uncomfortable than anything.
Yeah. Oh, Granny had a ball. She loved it.
Yeah, she did. She enjoyed the trip.
Ooh, Kitty Hawk sent a huge packet to TBI. Go Kitty Hawk. And Pam says, I love this channel. Well, we love you right back.
Sent a huge packet of what to TBI?
I don't know.
Want to clarify there?
All right. Got some breaking news.
Kitty Hawk, I said a huge packet. Okay, Kitty Hawk, tell us what kind of packets you sent.
I'm going to guess it's concerning Sebastian, right?
Let's hope so.
Maybe. This one I don't have a lot of updates on, but we did talk about this case. Do you have James up?
A GTO guy said, Mr. E, it's a good thing that Auntie has the wooden paddle behind her and not Mrs. E. It's got reach.
It does.
You guys, we've been married so long. I know when he's not listening to me, which is a lot. So. Oh, no. Roll Me 2 says, I thought you were going to say Granny cheated. No, she didn't cheat, but she was ruthless in that game. It was very fun. It was very fun. Very, very fun. The kids all enjoyed seeing Granny get wild.
She wanted that boardwalk in Park Place bad.
Yes,
she really did.
Oh, photos. Okay.
And Deanna says, I still did not get my packet. Yeah, we haven't gotten our packet either.
And Kitty Hawk said it was photos of and Sebastian.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Cool.
Awesome. Hi, girl mom. Nice to see you. I see everybody saying hello.
Good to see everybody here.
Okay, sorry. I'll pull it back up. We were at Crystal.
Are we on no, we're on Craig.
I know.
James Craig.
For some reason, I can't get it to come up. What did you do?
I don't know.
What's that noise?
That would be Bailey.
Okay. It sounded like a dog's noise.
He's in one of the dining room chairs because it's like a, what is that material? Is it like linen? Not linen, but kind of. And he's scratching.
Hey, Bailey.
Bailey,
come on.
Relax. He wants to go potty. That's what's going on. But I'll take care of that for you while you do the next.
Oh, Real Me Too. I want to thank you for my little gift. I was able to get that over the weekend. So thank you so much. I love it.
Oh, no, that was from Dreaming.
Oh, was that for? I thought you said Real Me Too.
No, it's from Dreaming.
Oh, from Dreaming. Dreaming. Thank you so much.
Dreaming.
I loved it.
You a book. Mm-hmm.
I loved it.
Were you able to pull James up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Kennedy's waiting for her packet too.
Good night.
Everybody, no one's gotten their packet.
I'm just looking at James.
Yeah.
He's got some major looking bloodshot eyes.
Yeah, he is.
If you can handle this for a minute, I'm going to take care of the DOGs.
Well, this was a Colorado dentist. This was March 2023. His wife, Angela, she had been getting sick, and he had been lacing her protein shakes with arsenic.
Wow.
And then eventually she goes to the hospital and passes away. Well, he gets charged in her murder. They find traces of cyanide and tetrahydrozoline in her system. They believe that he even had been giving her cyanide while she was in the hospital. So that trial got a lot of attention. Of course, another dentist, and they believe it may have just had to do with not wanting to be divorced and things along those lines. Man, he looks really terrible there.
He does.
But this was a highly publicized trial. He got life without parole, plus 33 years for other charges.
Did they have any children? Were they married for a long time?
I don't know that they had children.
Wow.
Never came
It
across
just seems like
that.
a terrible situation. I am quilting just got a new Cavapoo puppy. Congratulations. That's what we have. We all have 3 Cavapoos all together.
Okay, they have 6 children.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. They'd been married since 1999, had 6 children together.
Wow. Roll me 2. I'll text that to you.
Yeah, I didn't watch that trial, but man, that's crazy. And part of how they got him was he was doing internet searches for poisons.
Wow.
How dumb is that?
It's stupid as a rock.
How do you get through dental school and you're too dumb to?
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh, somebody said he had a girlfriend. That he had a girlfriend and 6 children. Wow. That's just awful. Just divorce her. Good grief. Tabe Lux was asking if we'd heard about the missing teacher from Chicago, Linda Brown, 53. Lots of people saying husband seems suspicious on TV interviews.
I have, and I agree.
I hadn't heard of that. I saw something on the news, but I haven't seen him talk about it.
Yeah, I have seen it, and he it does look, because he doesn't report her missing for a full day. He says something like she's supposed to go to an acupuncturist or something in the morning, but never shows up for the appointment, and he doesn't report her missing. It ends up being her family the next day reporting her missing, and he hadn't seen her since the night before. So why would you not say anything or report her missing for a full day?
I know. And Nick the Hat said the teacher's story is wild.
Yeah, so and they found her car, I believe. I saw that earlier today. I just didn't open the article because we were kind of getting ready for all this. Let me find a picture here since Mrs. E has stepped out. She's been this is him. So I'll do this real quick. All right, so we see Andrew there, right?
Oh, he is a scary looking man.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is an absolutely horrific story too. If there's anything amusing about this, is that they arrested him in the middle of a haircut, which is why he looks like this. But this is Andrew James McGann. July. Well, you were fast with the dogs. I just went ahead and pulled up a different picture of him that I had.
Take him out again.
This is the Devil's Den killer. So the July 26th of 2025, Clinton Brink was on a hike with his wife and his 2 little girls through Devil's Den State Park.
Hey,
And
pull yours down. I'm gonna put mine up.
okay, I'm sure.
There it is.
Hi, Pooh Bear.
Yeah, so there's Clinton on the right there. Just having a lovely little family outing with their 7 and 9-year-old girls. And according to the girls later, Clinton is attacked by Andrew, stabbing him. And so the mom runs off with the girls, gets them far enough away up the path, tells them to keep running. And she goes back to try to save her husband, and she ends up getting stabbed to death also. So it wasn't clear who this person was for several days. Police released a little bit of information here and there about the car and such. And then 4 days later, on July 30th, McGann was arrested at a barber shop. So you can actually see he's got that little black smock on from being arrested. He is being charged with 2 counts of capital murder. And I don't think we have a date set for this one yet. Let me make sure here. I don't believe we do.
This was such a strange case. I mean, it was so strange.
Yeah,
we don't know a motive at this point. He does have a date set for January 15th. It's one of those status conferences, so the trial won't start yet. We don't know about when it'll start, but we don't know why.
What did Joanne say? Joanne said something and I lost it. Oh yeah, he is scary looking. Yes, I agree. Yeah.
And he was a teacher. Had been a teacher at a few different schools, which was part of he had moved there to be a teacher and hadn't started yet.
He obviously wasn't a very good teacher because he had skipped from school to school. It reminded me of someone that was not rehired and having to switch from school to school because they couldn't keep a job. So I think that was the situation. He moved out of state to a new school.
And I can't remember what all it was, but we were finding some people were saying that there were some problems with him with being inappropriate with children and that kind of thing.
Hi, Grandma Chachi. Nice to see you.
Was he really after the girls there on that hike, or was it just a random attack? Was it, I don't know if we'll ever know.
Pamela says my glasses. She said all I see are Aunt E's big glasses on the panel. Sorry, it's just I like big glasses.
Okay, so Scott Allen Gardner, this is a ridiculous story. So many of these.
This is also Florida too, right?
Yeah, this happens so much, this type of thing. But this June 6th, he left his 1-year-old in the car for 3 hours to get a haircut. And then he went to a bar called Hanky Panky Lounge or something like that and drank for a few more hours. And of course, the toddler died. They believe the temperature reached 111 degrees in the body. And his story has changed multiple times. There are not any court dates yet set, and he has not pled yet. So that one's still kind of in the system at this point. But I'm amazed at how many stories happen with little kids being left in the car all day. Sometimes they live, and they're found really sick. But I just don't know what people are thinking. They go to work and leave their kids in the car all afternoon, and I just don't know how people think kids are going to survive that. You just think everybody knows you cannot leave a kid in a car, windows up, for hours like that.
Well, I mean, it's against the law in Florida to even leave your dog in the car. So, it just, you can't leave anything in a car, especially in Florida when the heat can get so extreme so quickly.
Blows my mind. This case was one of the most interesting that we covered last year to me. This is Austin Drummond, Drummond when he was arrested. This happened in the Jackson, Tennessee area. July 29th, there was a baby found abandoned in a front yard, which led to, okay, where are the parents? And then later that night, both parents and 2 others were found shot to death in a wooded area in Lake County, Tennessee. The victims were James Wilson, Adriana Williams, Courtney Rose, and Braden Williams. James and Adriana are the parents who are pictured at the top in that square. To the bottom left is the grandmother of the baby that was found in the yard, and to the right bottom is the uncle of the baby that was discovered or that was found. So that left all kinds of questions as to what had happened to cause this, annihilation of an entire family. And it turned out to be Austin Drummond as the main suspect. He was on the run for a week, just about, all in the Jackson area. We were covering it live at the time, and occasionally, a video would leak from a church showing him stalking around, and people of Jackson were terrified. They knew he was somewhere in their area, kind of an upscale area, but they couldn't find him. He ended up being had been hiding in a pool house of someone that had been gone for the summer. Anyway, he got captured on August 5th. He had some help too, allegedly. He had 4 friends that are being charged with accessory after the fact in the first degree. Giovanni Thomas, Tanaka Brown, Dira Sanders, and Eric Wise. Tanaka is also being charged with tampering with evidence. So it's been written. We don't know exactly what those 4 people did, but in some of the writings, they say that there were rides given, a phone, clothing, and assistance in different ways while he was on the run in Jackson. Of course, Drummond himself is being charged with the 4 murders and 4 kidnappings of the victims. And if you don't remember this story, or if you do, Drummond was dating the sister. Am I getting this right? The sister of the grandmother, who was a jailer when he was in jail.
Right.
And he has been ordered to not contact that living relative. So what we don't know is did the sister of the grandmother that was killed, did she know what was going to happen? Was this a revenge? Were they all involved in some kind of, drug deals, things of that nature? We're just really not sure. Austin was kind of a hardened criminal. He'd been in jail since he was a teenager for, armed robbery and things of that nature. But anyway, he's looking at a possible death sentence if he's convicted. And last I saw from him, he was claiming that he was an FBI informant and that he was being set up. That seems to be the defense he's going to go with. And that trial is expected to start May 5th of this year. I'll be very interested in that myself.
Fun to Ski says, I bet Drummond's not having honey buns anymore, in my opinion.
He got a lot of attention because he had such a well-stocked jail cell. He is a member of the Latin
It's better
Kings.
stocked than our pantry.
I know.
Well, and he had video games and movies and DVD players. I mean, he was living it up.
And a lot of Cool Ranch Doritos. Remember all
The Cool Ranch Doritos.
Because I hate Cool Ranch Doritos. And
that was the most offensive part.
That might be the most offensive part, the Cool Ranch Doritos. But anyway, so
this one will be an interesting case, I think.
Because we just really don't know why. And where the bodies were found was right near the jail that he had been held in. So what was the connection there? Why did he go to take them to that spot? So it'll be a fascinating trial because we don't know what happened.
We will definitely cover that.
Yeah, no doubt. You got anything you want to say on Drummond?
No, I'm just very
I'm just so thankful that he did spare the baby and the baby was safe. I mean, that was the only thing that in the whole case that you can say you're glad that he didn't hurt the baby.
It might be the only thing that keeps him from getting the chair.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't.
If there's any,
I think it's going to be a wild story. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns and surprises in it for sure.
Yeah, here's one that'll turn your stomach.
Oh, great! Oh, this one.
So this is was in Bibb County in Alabama. Originally, this was 7 people arrested. What happened was in February of 2025, authorities discovered a bunker in Alabama where they claimed that children were being drugged, essayed, tortured, trafficked, and sold, and had been since at least 2022, maybe longer. They believe there were at least 10 victims, all ranging in age between 3 and 15 years old. And some of the victims are related to some of the people that were arrested. So just I don't know. I mean, I don't even have words for something like that.
I hope they fry all of them.
Just the absolute worst of the worst. I don't even know how it gets worse.
Lisa says, I can't. I'm with Lisa.
It's just disgusting.
This trial will begin in June, according to this.
I don't know that I can stomach this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to want to watch that trial. I don't know if any of us need that. But I want to pull up.
They're monsters. Just monsters. Yes, Kitty Hawk and I are in the same page. 8 devil's disciples.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to follow the day by day with the trial, but we'll definitely cover the results.
The updates, yeah.
I
don't need to know the details of,
so
to know these people are evil.
I just had the little news segment here with the updated. I got to go through an ad. It looks like
affordable pricing.
News. Another person has now been charged in that child sex abuse case in Bibb County. We've just learned that Olivia Shaley Elam is now facing 34 counts, including rape, human trafficking, kidnapping, aggravated child abuse, and sexual torture. In all, 8 people face multiple charges in this case, accused of sexually abusing children in an underground bunker in Brandi.
I don't even want to hear
Those children are now in DHR custody.
Yeah. So the death penalty is not an option there, but it should be. But this case has caused them.
If they've been in Florida, that is DP can be on the table for any kind of essay with children in Florida.
Yeah, this case is making them want to rewrite the laws because they want this kind of thing to be eligible for the death penalty.
I think it should be.
Pooh Bear apologizes. They haven't been here in a while, but
they need to apologize.
Hey, you're here now.
Good
We
to see you.
appreciate that.
We know a lot of people catch us on the replay. That's great. We try to do it in such a way where if you're not here live, we hope it's all something you can watch on a replay later.
And if you are watching on, oh, there's the bunker. If you are watching,
I mean, that's the
it
stuff of
on
nightmares.
the replay, if you wouldn't mind to hit that hype. Apparently, some of you all did this last time, and we really appreciate it.
Oh, it works for us now.
It's working now.
Oh, good. Yeah. So if you think of it, I never say this kind of stuff that I should say.
Mhm.
If you think of it, hit the like button, the hype button,
Share it with a
and
friend.
subscribe. Subscribing helps us too. So we
Yeah.
appreciate all that.
Once we get to 10,000 subscribers, we are going to do charity streams. So if you haven't subscribed and you're a casual watcher, please help us get to that 10,000 so we can start doing some streams for charity.
This might be the case you were thinking about earlier.
It is.
Angie.
It is. I recognized her when I saw her.
Yeah. So she's a pediatrician, Ania Gupta. She had taken her daughter, 4 years old, on a trip to Miami. So late June 2025, police were called to their rental house. Aria was unresponsive in the swimming pool. They put her on the gurney, rushed her to the hospital, and she, of course, did not survive. After the autopsy came back, there were some signs that there was a problem. There was no water in her lungs, and she also had injuries consistent with being smothered. So it looked like a staged murder. And Neha has been charged with first-degree murder of her daughter. I've got the body cam video here too.
And thank you, Deanna. Deanna said she shared it to her ex. Thank you.
Let me pull this up. The
And
dad didn't even know she was in Florida or anything at all.
Wow.
Okay, can we all see that?
Yeah.
All right. So this is so she wouldn't answer the door. This is body cam videos, them already in the house, and she's hiding in the laundry room.
The mom?
What? Yeah.
oh, people were talking about one in chat that I hadn't heard of.
What's that?
Corey Richens.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you're going to want to read about it. But let's do
Okay.
this right now.
All right. So this is outside of her laundry room.
Hands! Hands! Come out! Contact on the ground. Come here. And I'll keep clearing the rest of this and get her out. She isn't in check. You good? Or take her out. Do you want to help me?
So there's actually lots of video out there of Neha in the days leading up to the death. And the little girl seems like a sweet little child. I had read something about she might be special needs or something, but if she is, it's very mild and not detectable by the security video outside, or maybe that was just a mistaken reporting. I don't know. But I mean, everything seemed okay. They were getting meals delivered and all that, and then whatever happened,
That's
lost her
wild.
temper or something. Just not sure, but I don't have a court date for that one, so it looks like that one's still in the works also.
Okay, so let me just tell you, because everybody's excited about this case, so we might want to be following this.
Which one?
Corey Richens,
Okay.
grief book author, accused of killing husband with fentanyl-laced cocktail.
What kind of author?
Grief book author.
Oh, no, I don't know this.
This is wild.
Is the trial's about to start? Or the crime just happened?
I'm not sure.
What was
The,
the
cr-
name?
the crime was was
it
in
July?
no, it was in 2023.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so the trial's about to start probably.
Well, the death was in 2022. She was arrested in May of 23 with aggravated murder and other felonies related to the death of her husband, Eric.
Oh, it looks like it's happening right now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going on right now.
That's
She's
wild.
She's a Utah mother of three and author and a real estate agent. And she wrote a book about coping with grief after her husband's death. She wrote a book about it afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know. Let's see. Looks like they're considering today which witnesses to allow. So they're in that pretrial phase of things. So
Yes, Sarah. She wrote the children's book about coping with grief after her husband's death.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to.
no irony there.
Yes, and Pooh Bear. Yeah, we're a drama-free zone, so you are welcome here. And Animal Keeper says, "Hi, Ease. Canada needs to change laws here." Absolutely, I agree with you on that. And Sarah said she wrote a children's book.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Real Me Too says these cases with doctors scare me. We never knew whose hands we're in.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Pooh
know.
Bear Middley is doing okay. He's going in for a CAT scan tomorrow morning, and we'll know more about his infection. And then he'll be scheduled to have the part of his skull that was removed replaced in probably roughly 4 weeks or so, 4 or 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. It's coming up fast.
Good night, Lisa.
Good night, Lisa.
Yes, I agree. Animal Keeper. We talked about Jack and Lily in our last update for 2025. I agree.
Yeah, all the missing kids or missing persons we did on the last one because we just knew we couldn't do them all in one stream here. I'm barely going to get these in tonight. I think.
I know. I messaged him. I said we're on 18 of 42 slides. You need
so
to keep
I'm trying to speed it up a hair. So this we found out the murder first we covered was Sunshine Stewart here, or Sunny Stewart. She's a paddle boarder, or she was paddle boarding in Maine, 45 years old. And her body was found in Crawford Pond in Union, Maine. And so for a bit, it was a mystery as to who took her life. And I think we covered it on our weekly Crimecast because we were wondering, is this connected to the rumored serial killer up in the New England area? It doesn't appear to be. What they did was they went from cabin to cabin in this like vacation-y area up there and asked people for DNA samples. And I guess they gave it over. Devin's family allowed this, and 17-year-old Devin Young, it ended up being his DNA at the crime scene. So he's been arrested and charged
as an adult.
Not decided yet.
Oh.
That's going to be part of the interesting thing on this. So he was 12 months away from being 18 years old. There's not a lot of information on what's going on in the courts because he's a juvenile still. Sure, her cause of death ended up being blunt force trauma to the head. If he is tried as an adult, he could potentially be looking at 25 years to life. If he's tried as a juvenile, he would be looking at a max of juvenile detention till the age of 21. So what a massive difference that decision is going to make on this case, you know? But I mean, I'm hoping they try him as an adult. Why do we 12 week difference? You know, if it's 12 weeks later, this happens, he's looking at decades in prison, or in this case, maybe 4 years. That's just
Good night. Wow.
that is just a flawed system. We don't really know what happened there, how that happened, but I don't trust that kid out to be free either. I'd like to put him away as well for doing that. My guess is he won't change.
And Ty Bay says, thank you for all these updates. It takes a lot of effort. I appreciate you. Well, we appreciate you too. Thank you for watching. It has taken a little time for us
More
to get
than more than our usual preparation, but I'm glad we did it because we lose track of some of these, and it's
you're
good to
getting
know
closure on some of these too.
Yeah. And then some are gonna, some have trials coming up. We didn't realize were coming up so fast and stuff like that too.
And I've got to step away again because it's bedtime.
Sure. If you're from Tennessee, you probably know this case. This is Holly Bobo. She had gone missing in 2011, April 13th of that year. In my lifetime, this is probably the most famous missing person case in Tennessee, I think. It just seemed like for years, you just saw her picture everywhere. You just could not go around Nashville without seeing her flyer out there. But according to her brother, he had seen her with a man in camouflage out under their carport that morning having an argument. He initially said he thought it was her boyfriend. Then later he said he saw her later that morning walking off into the woods with the same man in camouflage. Not sure how reliable that testimony is. So for a long time, her disappearance was treated as a missing person case, eventually became a criminal investigation. And her skeletal remains were found in September of 2014. Some guys were hunting for, can't remember what it was. Was it ginseng or some kind of herb or something like that out in the woods? And they came across her remains there. Eventually, 4 men are all arrested for her murder. One of them, Shane Austin, he committed suicide before the court proceedings could happen. Zach Adams ended up getting the bulk of the charges and against him because the other two flipped. Zach Adams got a charge with first-degree murder, especially aggravated kidnapping and rape with life without parole. Jason Autry made a plea deal. Dylan Adams also made a plea deal. So there's not a lot of physical evidence on this case. It mostly hinged on the testimony of those two men that turned on him. Well, now Jason Autry is claiming that his testimony was fabricated and is recanting it. So Zach Adams had hearings these last few weeks to try to get a new trial. That finished up last week. So currently, as we stand, the judge has not made a decision yet on whether or not he's going to allow a new trial. If you get into the nitty-gritty on this case, you'll probably come away going, this was a terribly handled investigation. And so if I had to put money on it, I think Zach's going to get a new trial. And at this point, I'm not sure if he's guilty or not. Really don't know. But I don't think that there was enough. I think there's enough there for him to get a new trial. Just out of fairness, whether he's guilty or not, I'm not sure. Anyway, the people criticized the case because it wasn't treated as a crime scene right away. People came and went, and it's just, you get these situations with people flipping, but they have an interest in flipping to keep themselves out of trouble. All you got to do is lie, and somebody else goes to prison and you don't. Could be tempting to someone to do that, right? So I don't know. I just don't know what I don't know how that's going to go. I'm going to guess he's going to get a new trial, though. And I listened to a little bit of that hearing on Court TV, and it was very interesting. His argument. It's a nightmare to think of, to go to prison for the rest of your life for something you didn't do. They were criminals, they were all into drugs and things like that. But I don't know if they were capable of this or not. But I don't know. I'll check out the chat here and see what y'all are thinking on this. All right. So I don't know. Ginseng. Okay. It was ginseng. Someone said, okay, good. So yeah, it was something like that. It's so often not the search teams that find these people. It's the hunters and the people out hiking and that kind of thing. Right. Anyway, so we'll see what happens there. The next one I'm going to go to is Mindy Osteen. That's okay. I just finished a Polly Bobo. Okay. I want to do Mindy Osteen next.
Every door in our house is open.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did I? Or are we skipping that one? No, I don't think I did that one yet.
Okay.
Oh, I skipped it. You're right. Andrew Dykes is next.
Okay.
So the reason the Andrew Dykes case got our attention is it was such a cold case. The mother and daughter pictured here, they had been missing since 1997. A hiker and daughter found a woman's torso in a Rubbermaid container at Hempstead Lake State Park in Nassau County in New York. The identity was unknown for the longest time. So police referred to her as Peaches because she had a peach colored heart-shaped tattoo on her chest, which they later put out a picture of, hoping somebody would identify the body. Okay, so that happens in 97. Well, then many years later, April 4th through the 11th of 2011, they find more body parts and the toddler pictured here and off Ocean Parkway near Gilgo Beach. So this became a big story because people wondered, is this all part of those Gilgo Beach serial killings, which ended up being Rex Howerman? Of course, it's not, but there was speculation at the time that they may have been his victims. So they do lots of DNA forensic testing, and in early 2024, they're able to figure out that this is Tanya Jackson, who was 26 years old when she disappeared, and her daughter Tatiana, who was 2 years old at the time. They actually reached out to the family to let them know about the discovery before they told the press, because they didn't want to alert any potential suspects. So they kept it all kind of quiet and let them do burial arrangements and things of that nature. Then on December 3rd, Andrew Dykes, who is 66 years old now, he was arrested on second-degree murder charges. He had been living with her in the New York area at the time she disappeared. So very recent development there, but decades go by, 28 years basically, and a cold case gets solved like that through DNA is amazing. There's going to be more and more of those all the time. So we're going to go to Mindy Osteen next. This woman shot and killed her ex-husband, pictured to the right here, Travis Jones, outside of their daycare where their children would go. He was there to pick up the kids, and she shot him to death in front of the children. She's being charged with 10 different charges, including first-degree murder and child neglect. And this all happened on July 25th of this year. I remember the family saying that there were all kinds of warning signs about Mindy, and that she was unhinged, and
she looks a little unhinged.
Yeah, there were problems leading up to that, which is part of why he left her. And just right at the pickup for the exchange for these kids, just awful.
It's awful. L. Kennedy said that, which I thought was really funny. If I ever find a closed tote in a park or anywhere, I will never, ever open it.
Right. There are patterns to this stuff. Those state parks, that's where a lot of these people go to hide the bodies,
That's so odd.
Yeah. I guess they just figure they can drive in and out and nobody's going to question.
They've got cameras on state parks. I mean,
some of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they do. I mean, back then they probably didn't so much. And this, of course, is the Anna Kepner story. So I'll give you a little bit of the timeline on this. Of course, we don't have resolution yet, but there was a little bit of new news on it. She, on November 6th, she was on a Carnival cruise. She told her family she was feeling sick and was going to go back to the cabin that she shared with her stepbrother. November 7th, the next morning at 11:17, Anna was found under her bed by staff. She was wrapped up in a blanket and life jackets and hidden under the bed. On November 8th, the cruise docks back in Miami, and the FBI takes over the case because it was out on international water, so it becomes their jurisdiction. Later on, through other court documents, the 16-year-old stepbrother becomes the likely suspect. Had to do with the custody hearings, but they were saying that they believe their child was the suspect, so the public believes that at this point. FBI, of course, doesn't talk about their investigations publicly until they're ready to do something. But on November 24th, the death certificate said that her death was ruled as a homicide by mechanical asphyxiation. So essentially she was, I guess, strangled or smothered to death, something along those lines. And the most recent development is the stepbrother is telling authorities that he can't remember anything that happened.
That he blacked out. Yeah.
So that's kind of where that is. And it's November 7th, no arrest yet. And I saw some conversation about it. FBI doesn't typically handle juvenile cases. So what's the situation if a juvenile is the criminal in an international waters case? Who does that go to? So I don't know the answer to that, but that's something I heard posed. today while reading through all this stuff. This is a Tennessee case out in Overton County. This is Edward Lewis Randolph. Hope Parrott, who was his girlfriend, she had been reported missing earlier in July of this year. And then on July 31st, police responded to a refrigerator on fire out on Sunk Cane Road out in that county. And it ended up being Hope inside. So Edward has been charged with first-degree murder and abuse of a corpse. His arraignment is on February 22nd of this year. Seems like that should be a pretty open and shut kind of case, I suspect. But just hard to understand. Jesse Lee Calhoun is a serial killer. He has a long criminal history. And he had been granted early release in Oregon because he had helped fight wildfires. So he got out in 2021, and then he went on a killing spree. First is Kristen Smith in December of 2022 had disappeared, but her body was found February 19th of 23. Then Joanna Sparks, her body was found on April 18th. Then Charity Lynn Perry, her body was found in a state park on April 24th. And then Bridget Webster was found in Polk County there, April 30th. And then Ashley Reel was found on May 7th. So prior to this year, Jesse Lee had been charged in 3 of these murders. He's suspected of Reel, but hasn't been charged with her yet. And then this year, Kristen Smith was added, which is why we talked about it. It was a 4th murder charge he's been set with. He's got his trials coming up there in Oregon in 2027.
This one.
Those early releases, right, on violent offenders is hard to understand, even if they help you with the fires or whatever, firefighting.
And as you pointed out to me earlier, when I said I can't find all the pictures, you said, well, some of them are minors, and that is why I can't find all the pictures for this arrest.
This will be a controversial case. So Trey Wright, pictured to the right, he was told to meet at an area on June 24th, and then he was shot to death by Devin Scott Raper, who is charged with his murder. Well, 8 other teens are being charged with a variety of crimes, mostly accessory after the fact. But what's getting them all tripped up is South Carolina has the hand of one doctrine. So the idea that if you are engaged in criminal activity and someone is murdered in the middle of that activity, you're all responsible. So they may, even if they believe the fight was going to happen or he was going to get jumped or something criminal, they may not have known he was going to be killed. But because he was killed by, or allegedly killed by Devin, they all could face the same charges. So, how much did they know? How much involvement, all of that. But it's believed that they all kind of tricked him into showing up to get jumped and attacked, and then he ended up being shot to death. Some of them are under 18, some of them are over, and so up to 9 teens, all facing potentially, murder charges, depending on how this all goes. If they get tried as adults, if they don't, and all of that.
It'll be an interesting one to watch for sure.
Yeah,
Do
I think
know the dates on that one. I haven't gotten.
It didn't have it because a lot of it's still sealed.
Gotcha.
And they're still working through evaluations, mental health, and that kind of thing.
This one, it upsets me bad.
I don't understand this one. A lot of these are hard to understand, but that little girl breaks my heart. Renesmee Utsi, she was 9 years old, and we talked about this on the missing person stream we did for 2025.
I'm guessing her mom was a big Twilight fan.
Right. Probably so. But you can see the neglect on her face, the sunken eyes. You can just see the unhealthy nature to the child there.
So sad.
Well, anyway, she was reported missing on September 3rd. And these were her guardians is how they keep being referred to. So I don't know what the situation was.
Yeah, they were together.
Yeah, but the reports kept
Was,
just saying
was
guardians.
Courtney the mother?
Courtney's the mother. Sarah's the
Partner.
Mhm.
Okay, so they said sometime between 2 and 6 a.m. Renesmee disappeared, and they didn't know where. The next day, police found her body in a river in Smithton, which is Westmoreland County. So the very next day, September 4th, they find the body. Courtney got charged with criminal homicide. Sarah Shipley is charged with that, as well as abuse and neglect. Their 4 remaining children were removed from the home, and the 6-year-old, they said, showed serious signs of abuse.
My goodness.
And it is believed that they are going to try for the death penalty for these 2 because of the aggravating factors, including torture with the children. So,
I'm sorry. Where did you say this was? I know that we've talked about it, but I don't remember where.
Is this in Utah?
Is that another Utah?
I don't know. Gotta go.
I can't.
I don't have this. I have the county. I didn't have the state here.
I know when you said Westmoreland County, I was like, huh.
Westmoreland County. It's
I'll
maybe,
find it. Just give me 1 second. Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It says actually Fayette County, Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, that's where the body was found, was in Westmoreland County.
I gotcha.
Yeah, and the Fayette County DA is the one that's seeking the death penalty.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I've got so many tabs open.
Yeah.
I gotta find out where I'm at.
Right, Taipei.
Was her body found in a tote as well? L. Kennedy said her body was found in a tote as well.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow, those totes. Good
Let
grief.
me pull up the article, be sure, because it's. That article doesn't say, but I think she was bound up in something, if I remember correctly.
I vaguely remember us talking about it.
Right now, they're pleading not guilty.
Yeah, plastic tote submerged in the river.
Good grief.
I mean, in a child, you could fit it easily that way.
Brenda Calvert said she thought the women were dad's relatives. I thought. I don't know. I thought it was the mom.
Dad's
and the partner.
relatives. Yeah.
I thought it was the mom and the partner too.
Yeah, I just kept seeing them referred to as guardians, but I don't know what the situation was. We probably knew at some point. I just don't remember.
We've covered a few cases.
All right. So, do you have the next one up, Mrs. E?
Sorry, I'm all down I'm down the rabbit hole on that.
Okay, that's okay. When you're ready, let me know when you got skull up there.
I've got it.
So this is one of Nashville's most famous murders. This is Skull Shulman, who had ties to Hee Haw, owned all kinds of businesses and nightclubs in Printer's Alley of downtown Nashville. He was murdered on January 21st of 1998 in what was believed to have been a robbery. Story was on America's Most Wanted and got a lot of attention. A few years later, James Cavey and Jason Pence are arrested and convicted of his murder. Pence ends up making a deal, getting a 15-year sentence to testify against Cavey, and Cavey gets a life sentence without parole. So for many years, seemed like kind of open and shut. Murder gone wrong, or a robbery gone wrong. The story was basically Pence was outside of the nightclub. Cavey goes inside, tries to rob Skull. Skull fights back, gets stabbed in the neck a couple of times, still won't give up money. Eventually he's hit over the head with a liquor bottle and passes away later that night. That's the narrative and story that I had believed for decades. Well, we had pull this up here. We had the hosts of a podcast called Murder on Music Row join us here, actually. Keith Sharon and his partner, Kirsten Fiskus, who are both reporters for the Tennessean. I'm just a huge fan of the podcast. They've done 2 seasons. The first season was on the literal murder on Music Row back in 1989. Their second season was on the Skull Shulman murder. Well, while they're doing their podcast, putting it together and doing interviews and everything, they just thought they were telling a true crime story. Well, as they're getting through this, they eventually talked to Jason Pence, and he's now recanting his whole story, saying that that he was coerced into testifying against Cavey, beaten even by the lead detective. And, what they thought was kind of a simple true crime story for their podcast ended up being, you kind of get the impression from both of them that it might be the biggest story they've covered in their career if this goes the way that it might. There were a lot of problems with this investigation. So I'm going to let Keith kind of tell you in his own words here.
The story is that he apologized for ruining James Cavey's life. He said that he was forced, he was beaten, he was fed a narrative by a dirty cop named E.J. Bernard, who's now dead, and it's too bad because I would like to have him, for an interview to find out what he has to say about this whole thing. But after all these years, 28 years, Pence said that he lied on the witness stand and that James doesn't belong in prison and that he will do anything now to help him get out. If the Tennessee Innocence Project or some attorney takes the case, that Pence will cooperate. So
that's amazing.
He had exchanged messages with me.
So that is the nuts and bolts of it there. Of course, this season of Murder on Music Row was great, and they go into a lot of the problems with the investigation. And E.J. Bernard, they're not making that up about him being a dirty cop. He was let go for falsifying police reports and things of that nature. So there was a problem. There's a problem with that cop. And of course, if this ends up being true, that this is a wrongful type of conviction, then every case that E.J. Bernard did in his career is going to come under question. And anyway, so the Tennessee Innocence Project, they're presenting it to them. They haven't accepted it at this point. They don't publicly say whether they are or not. But they are in the process of trying to get that approved as one of the cases they take. And they are very selective about which ones they will take on. So, anyway, it's just weird because it's just a case that I've known very well. I've talked about on various tours I've done for decades, and to have this, what I believed was a fact may not be a fact now. It's just amazing, really. But great investigative reporting from those two for sure. They really had no idea what they were getting into with that case. It kind of fell into their lap because Pence is apparently, I think, the guilt. He wants to clear his conscience at this point. And he even on their Facebook page, their Murder on Music Row Facebook page, Pence is active on there and making posts about this. So,
wow,
I think they're going to try to make a lot of noise and try to get a new trial for Cavey, or just get him out.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, he was and Cavey was 17 when it happened.
Wow.
He was homeless, living on the streets, and the first cop that was investigating it had cleared him. It was the second cop that came in that very quickly found his suspects and had him arrested.
But if he was homeless, living on the streets, maybe he got a better life and was well taken care of in prison.
I've heard Cavey talks in that podcast a lot. They spent several hours with him. He doesn't feel that way. No,
Okay.
he's he had it. Yeah, no, he wants out. He had a rough childhood and essentially ran from home in a way.
Oh, I see.
And he kind of, at that time, he was like kind of viewing life as an adventure, going from town to town, homeless as a teenager, and then got caught up in this. Nashville was just happened to be one of the places he stopped for a while.
Hey, can you pull that down so I can put mine back up?
Yeah.
Ugh, this kid. Jesse Butler.
Yes. All right. So this got a lot of controversy because Jesse Butler was a minor when this occurred, but he had 10 different rape allegations and charges.
I mean, you just don't care about monetization tonight, do you?
I mean, on this kind of live stream, you almost can't, right?
Right.
Well, he pled no contest to all 10 charges, and he got no prison time. So he essentially has some community service and rehabilitation therapy sessions. And, his family has some ties to, I think it was Oklahoma State football. And so some people believe that this is, of course, not justice at all. Some of the family members are very outspoken, and they are trying to invoke what's called Marcy's Law, arguing that the victims weren't properly involved in the plea deal process and that their rights were violated. Kind of reminds me of the Kohberger situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Marcy's Law is something trying to protect victim rights. That way, if there's going to be a plea bargain, they get a voice, I suppose, is the argument. And maybe they were not allowed that in this case. I just kind of feel like if you've got 10 charges of that kind of, then you're not going to stop.
Right.
You're whatever that person does, whatever next crimes he commits, that's on the judge, in my opinion.
Real Me Too says this picture speaks volumes. I agree 100%. And Kat Sees You just became a new member.
Yay!
Yay. Welcome, Kat. Nice to see you. And thank you for becoming a new member. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Kat. We appreciate it very much.
And Rosebud sneaking in here.
Hey, Rosebud.
She might be rewinding, though. So she... Oh, you need the next picture? Sorry.
I've got so many tabs open. I keep getting lost.
I've got Tyler Robinson.
Oh, is that one next?
Yes, on my list.
Well, we'll go to that one. I was going to do D. Warner, but we could.
I don't have D. Warner.
Okay, we'll
you
talk
didn't
about.
Have it on my list.
Okay, I might do it at the end if we want, or we just not.
I don't know. We are at 38 of 42.
Okay.
Sides.
Well, Tyler Robinson, of course, is being accused of being the assassin in the Charlie Kirk murder on September 10th. He was arrested a couple of days later, and the trial's not scheduled yet. But he's going through the system at this point. His defense is making the typical arguments. The most interesting part is that one of the things that his defense is saying is that the Utah County Attorney's Office, that one of their family members was present at the shooting, like within a few dozen feet of Charlie. So they're saying, well, they've got a conflict of interest. You can't have this, the Utah County Attorney's Office involved when they've got, which is probably a child of theirs that was there, because they could potentially be a witness in the case, since they are all being considered victims, because part of the allegation is that any of them could have been hit in the crossfire or whatever, a ricochet or anything.
And
so
Rosebud, she heard Robinson's defense team is trying to get rid of the prosecution team. And L. Kennedy made me laugh because L. Kennedy says, I'm surprised you guys didn't organize these chronologically or alphabetically or something.
Yeah, that would have made sense, wouldn't it? Actually, I think I just did it.
You went through each of our streams.
Each stream, and I just wrote down the names. So I think that's how I did it.
So kind of chronologically of the way we covered it.
Yeah, sort of chronological. Yeah. In our coverage, it's chronological that way. You have Dwayne Hall next.
Yep.
So Dwayne Hall, this is such a weird. This is just such a strange case. So sad.
What?
I don't remember covering him.
I muted you.
Oh, Dwayne. Maybe it was one of the days you weren't there. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You just didn't know his name. I don't think
Oh,
we mentioned
okay.
his name.
So Sonia Exelby, she was from the UK, and she had gotten on this fetish site, basically fantasizing about being tortured and killed. And so she met up with Dwayne Hall, who lives in Florida, and we're planning to act
was
out this
recent.
fantasy of being tortured and killed. And so she flew to Florida on October 10th. Her family in the UK reports her missing around that same time. And what they do is they go to an Airbnb and they begin this fantasy. At some point, though, she starts to have second thoughts, and she's videotaped and all of this. So I'm not going to get into all the kind of
Graphic.
dark aspects of it, but she ultimately ends up dying of stab wounds. And she was buried in a shallow grave. She was found in Marion County, Florida, on October 17th. So Dwayne Hall, he's being charged with first-degree murder, kidnapping, and what is this other?
Be torture.
I'm not sure what that word is.
He can't read his own handwriting, folks.
Yeah, he's another charge, but it's a lesser charge than, of course, this first two. Either way, the question here is going to be kind of, it's almost like a Dr. Kevorkian kind of question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it murder if you're asking for it, I suppose, and wanting that to happen? But then, of course, at some point during all of this, she starts to have second thoughts and change her mind, and he goes through with it anyway.
Real Me Too says she must have been MIA. She doesn't remember this one. I think we just did it a few weeks ago.
It has not been that long ago. Yeah, because this is October that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Nick says this guy is sick.
Yeah. And
I think it'll cause a lot of discussion, though. I really do.
I do too. I've never heard anything quite like that.
Mm-hmm.
So sad. And apparently she battled depression and everything else. And it's kind of I think one of the conversations we were having when this happened was people getting on these various websites, and you kind of get into these really dark corners of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get radicalized either through a terror group or something like this with torture and death. And then when the fantasy actually starts to happen, then you start to have second thoughts, but then it's too late and she's gone.
And Taibe's got your back. Taiwei says he was charged with first-degree kidnapping, fraudulent use of credit cards, and unlawful use of two-way transmission devices.
Fraudulent. That was the word I could not make out there.
And Shauna Butterfly Kisses says, I remember when you guys talked about this. It was very crazy. It was a very crazy twist.
Yeah. And he's got her on video talking about consenting. And I think he says to her at one point something like, there's only one way out. You'll have to kill me to get out of this. Something like that.
Thank you, Taibei.
Anyway, it's going to be
Taibei says, I got you.
It's going to be interesting.
And Real Me Too, that's unacceptable. She missed a live a few weeks ago. What are we going to do?
I know.
You're grounded. Just kidding.
So we got three more, unless you want to do the Warner.
There's Deborah.
So Deborah Newton had been missing since April of 1983. She left with her 3-year-old Michelle, was considering a missing person case for decades. Eventually, they just dropped her off the missing person list because they didn't think she'd ever be found.
What was her?
Oh, I've got the video.
I was gonna say, what was her fake name? Was it Sharon?
Sharon.
Yeah. Yes, it was Sharon.
So Sharon's her fake
They're
name.
here for you, Deborah.
They're here for you, Sharon. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, I've got it.
See,
I've got it. I've got the one you want this time.
I was gonna say, if you got the one without the lady's face,
yes,
when she realizes it's real.
Yes, I've got
That's
it.
Fun. That's so funny.
The neighbor's just like thinks it's just hysterical until she realizes it's real.
All right, let me see if I can. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I love this video. So my favorite part is the neighbor.
So funny.
Yeah.
So this is
Shauna.
Deborah with her dog there, and it's the neighbor that walks up that's really the funny
Well,
part.
her name is Sharon at this point.
Yeah, her name is Sharon, but
Nick says, imagine being that neighbor. Awkward.
I know, because she thinks she's
Sorry,
in the middle.
Sharon.
Can you make it bigger, or will it get bigger? Where we can
It
see
does.
the
It
neighbor's
moves
face?
over.
I love the neighbor's face.
Yeah.
Hey.
How you doing, Miss Sharon?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Uh-oh, they're coming for you, Sharon. They want Reggie. What's up?
No, we're here for you, ma'am. Definitely here for you.
Why?
We're waiting on the detective to get here, but we have, with all the information that we do have, you have a warrant for your arrest.
They have to. I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay.
Go ahead and go home. Thank you.
The lady just can't.
Yeah, she really just thought the whole thing was a joke, right?
Yeah, she thought it was just funny.
He said, "Go ahead and go home." And she's like, "Okay." She turns and walks off.
I know.
I love
So
that.
funny. I mean, she just thought it was a big prank or something, and it was gonna be like a surprise birthday party or something. I don't know what she thought was about to happen.
Nick says, "This is my cute ex."
Yeah, she's like, I would like to hear what the daughter said on the podcast. I'm sure I saw an interview with her on the news, but it was very brief.
And
I've got a little bit on this actually. I
Real
was
Me
going to
Too
play.
says the daughter knew something, knew growing up something was wrong.
She was very, very
she
young,
did.
so she didn't know. She was like a small, like 3 years old, so she didn't
Yeah.
remember any of this, but she thought something was weird.
And Ty says she thought Sharon was being punked.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it really. I mean, it's your neighbor. I mean, I think we would be equally shocked if we were standing there talking to our neighbor and someone walked up and tried to arrest them.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw all those guys come up. I don't know if I would just assume it was a big joke, but she definitely did.
Okay, y'all are cracking it up. Nick says, imagine being
In the home.
in the home when the neighbor comes back and says, "Get this, Sharon's in some deep stuff."
Yeah, right. And she kind of is actually. She's looking at. So she's being charged with felony custodial interference. If that sticks, she's looking at 1 to 5 years in prison and some fines. That's all at the discretion of the judge. It just depends on how egregious he thinks this is.
Well, I
so
know you're going to play a little bit
or
with
she.
the daughter. I just wonder how the daughter's taking it. I mean, this is going to be just
Well,
terrible
Pam
for
said she
her.
saw the podcast today with the daughter. Who did the podcast? I'm curious to find out. I really want to follow this one because it's I just find it very
I
interesting.
just can't imagine the position the daughter's in.
Right. Because that's her mother. She's, been with her whole life.
Right.
Yeah, I'd like to know the podcast too, if you think of it.
Yeah.
She's in this a little bit. The second half of this has the daughter for just a brief moment.
I don't understand.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do it in the front, okay?
If you're living with I didn't do anything.
What's going on, Sharon?
I don't know anything.
I'll have
carbon copy. So these are great.
Shauna said the father just
Not
had a
too
heart
long in high
transplant.
school.
What?
Shauna says the father just had a heart transplant as well.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, so the podcast was on Fox News?
Well, I want to watch it.
She's so beautiful. The two of you look so much alike. I've seen pictures and I'm just like, I know you.
I can't explain that moment of walking in and get to put my arms back around my daughter.
A Crime Stoppers tip led to Deborah's arrest
That's
by the Marion County
crazy.
Sheriff's Office and this family reunion with Michelle and her father. But neighbors who knew Deborah as Sharon say she was happily married and always pleasant. They think there could be more to the story here.
Unless you're in their shoes, you'd never know.
We tried to ask Deborah about her family dynamics back in 1983.
Why would you want to give me a card?
Her new husband told us their attorneys advised them not to talk about the case, but that they would fight this in court.
Yeah, so that's all I had there on.
Wow.
But
Yeah, I want to watch that.
yeah, so we'll.
All
It's
right.
amazing. So I mean, it's another just never give up on a
And
missing person.
Real Me Too
you know.
said the daughter is standing by her. Well, I'm sure she feels hurt in one way, but in another way, she's probably happy to be reunited with her family.
Yeah, so this will probably be the biggest trial of the year.
Yeah.
The Nick Reiner trial, maybe.
I think so.
At least most high profile. So December 14th, Rob Reiner and his
If he doesn't take a plea or something.
right, if that actually happens.
Wow. Sorry, but Sean the Butterfly Kisses says Deborah's current husband was a police officer.
Wow.
Wonder if he knew.
Wow.
What if he was the Crime Stopper?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Anonymous tip.
Kat says you says going back to the bushes, but I love all these updates. Great job. Well, thank you.
Kat. You're so sweet. We appreciate you. Oh, Nick says he won't plead. That's why the lawyer dropped him, in my opinion.
Oh, so his lawyer dropped him.
Jackson won't. Oh, you haven't heard this.
This is our update
This
today.
is our update.
So, of course, Rick Reiner and Michelle were found deceased in their home, and Nick was arrested on the same day. He's being charged with 2 first-degree murder counts with possible death penalty. At least it's an option. And then the hotshot attorney, Alan Jackson, stepped down today.
I did not hear
Today,
that.
and had a press conference, and he said that he believed that he was innocent, or that he'll be found innocent, or.
Yeah, and I have that here.
And now he has a public defense attorney.
Oh my gosh.
And he said it was circumstances beyond his control.
Well, I've got the video.
Oh,
right here.
sorry. Spoiler alert.
All right. So here's Alan Jackson outside the courthouse today.
As you know, my name is Alan Jackson. This morning, I had to withdraw as Nick Reiner's counsel. Circumstances beyond our control, but more importantly, circumstances beyond Nick's control.
Nick got cut off, right?
Dictated that, sadly, it's made it impossible for us to continue our representation of Nick. I'm legally and I'm ethically prohibited from explaining all the reasons why. I know that's a question on everybody's mind. We expect the public defender to step in. They've already been appointed and very capably protect Nick Reiner's interests as he moves forward through the system. But be clear, be very, very clear about this. My team and I remain deeply, deeply committed to Nick Reiner and to his best interests. In fact, we know, we're not just convinced, we know that the legal process will reveal the true facts of the circumstances surrounding this case, Nick's case. You know, a lot's been printed of late, in the last 3 weeks. A lot has been printed about Nick, printed about his family, printed about the circumstances. Speculation is in print. On December 15th, in the early morning hours, I was in New York at the time, and I got a call. Me and my team, we dropped everything. And for the last 3 weeks, we have devoted literally every waking hour to protecting Nick and his interests. We've investigated this matter top to bottom, back to front. What we've learned, and you can take this to the bank, is that pursuant to the laws of this state, pursuant to the law in California, Nick Reiner is not guilty of murder. Print that. Print that. We wish him the very, very best moving forward. And that's all I have today.
Well.
Yeah. So huge development on that. So
that actually, Michelle,
I think she probably hit it.
I think you hit it on the head there. She says, I think there may have been a conflict of interest. AJ possibly had worked for one of the witnesses for the party since he had represented many celebrities, in my opinion. That's a great point.
Yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with monetary issues.
That's a really good point. And Kat says, I like at my Alan Jackson's tall, blonde, and singing country music songs.
Yeah. I think, yeah, that's a good thing. I had not thought about it being a conflict of interest. I
Oh.
guess I was thinking the money, but
And Shauna says she heard a rumor that the children were not going to receive an inheritance from the parents. I don't know.
A lot of times stars will do that.
yeah, they think they're get out there and make it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wouldn't do that, but I get it. Or maybe I don't get it.
Yeah, print
I wouldn't do that.
I think. I don't think he's going. I think he's going to be found to have done it. I think he'll plead insanity.
I heard Dr. Drew talking about this case a little bit, and he was saying that he thinks it's got more to do with the being on crystal
like
than
psychosis
schizophrenia. He said that
But they're trying to
behavior
blame
and
it.
everything
Yeah.
else, it looks more like that would be the cause than schizophrenia.
Well, Sarah's got a good point too. She says he knew what he did was wrong. He went to the hotel and washed the blood off. Correct. And yes, Romy Two's asking why a public defender, and Nick is right. And I didn't think about it like this, but a public defender is routine in this because they have to have somebody defending him until he gets another counsel.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, I would say it has
I didn't think about it
everything
like
to
that.
do everything to do with a conflict of interest.
My mind didn't go there. I was just thinking maybe they weren't going to support him financially.
Yeah, that's good. I guess it was my initial thought. I hadn't considered
Well, they're not
the
going
other.
to say why. So
Yeah, it might leak later though.
yeah, and Michelle also thinks I don't think AJ wants to lose after that big Karen Reed win.
Right.
Maybe not.
Nick says he bets it's him not pleading, in my opinion.
Like fighting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be too. Well, there's a lot of options actually.
Was that our that wasn't our last one?
Yeah.
Brown University shooter.
You want to do that last?
Well, we could do D. Warner last, but this is the last slide I have.
Yeah. So the Brown University shooting, of course, one of the biggest stories of the year, I suppose. Claudio Valente, 48 years old, ended up being the suspect in the he confessed to the crime. So December 13th, he shot 11 students at Brown University, 2 of which died. And then on December 15th, he killed the MIT professor in Brookline, Massachusetts. Then he was found dead by suicide in a storage building, and did several videos talking about his planning and different things. He's from Portugal. The translations, I was looking at some of this, and he doesn't really confess, or he confesses, but he doesn't really explain why he did it. He said a lot of planning went into it, several months. He called it 6 semesters at one point. He didn't expect that many people to be in the classroom, so that was a problem. He complains about getting injured. I guess one of the stray bullets or ricochet or something hit him. And didn't really have any remorse about it. So the motive is still not really clear. Doesn't seem to be. We don't really know who his target was at the school. He was so I don't know. There's this long video where he talks about everything, but he doesn't exactly explain why.
Talks a lot, but doesn't say anything.
Yeah. So
I think this will be interesting to see how it develops because of the ties he had, and he went to school and this guy did. I mean, with the professor did. Yeah, there's stuff there. There's some weirdness.
So maybe digging through his past, they'll figure it out, but right now we really don't have any great answers other than that he did it.
As far as D. Warner, I don't have a picture. I can get one quickly unless you already have something.
I don't have anything, but I could just kind of I could just talk about it.
Okay.
So Dee Warner, she had been missing since April 25th of 2021. In 2022, Michigan State Police took over the case because there was just lack of progress there. And then on November 21st of 2023, her husband Dale was arrested even before the body was found. And then in March of this year of 2025, Jaron Warner, Dale's son, he was arrested for tampering with evidence and accessory after the fact. And then on August 17th of this year, Dee's body was found in a sealed anhydrous ammonia tank hidden in a barn on Dale's property. So they had already decided they were going to go to trial with this guy even before they found Dee's body. Of course, finding the body just helps that case a great deal.
Okay, so there's Dee.
And you got it there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there's Dee Warner, and Cold Case Foundation had worked on this. I've talked about their tactics a lot that I like. At one point, they had purchased I think they talked about it on the Interview Room, I think is where I saw them talking about this case. But they had purchased a billboard near his property that said something like, "Help Dale find Dee and bring her home," or something like that. It had a picture of him with his wife so that Dale would have to see it driving back home every day to get under his skin. And I love those pressure tactics like that. I think people crack under pressure. I don't know if that had an impact on this case or not, but I remember them talking about that strategy and how they got that billboard for very cheap. It was just right by his property there. And but anyway, so Cold Case Foundation with Chris McDonough and those guys had worked on this case, and that trial is set for January 27th of this year.
Wow, that'll be an interesting.
I'm very interested in that one.
Yeah, me too. L. Kennedy said, "Please talk about the lead investigator's role in his arrest."
In this particular one, in Dee Warner,
I guess so. It says, "Please talk about the lead investigator's role in his arrest."
We haven't done a deep dive into this at all. We did
talk about it,
briefly.
Extensively. Yeah.
We didn't talk about it that long.
I'd have to look into this more because I don't guess I know.
You can't speak on it unless you.
Yeah.
And Romay too said she believes the son's charges are being dropped in return for his testimony against father.
That would make some sense.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah.
It's
Because you want to get Dale. Yeah, that's the one you want to pay.
Yeah.
Cold Case did have some impact on this case.
Yeah, it was interesting. I don't know the name of the live stream, but it was an interesting one because they talk about their tactics. They imply that I don't know. I don't want to speak.
What?
They use some.
Look at Ty.
They use some tactics.
Look at Ty Base.
Anhydrous ammonia. Didn't we hear this elsewhere?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Where did we hear anhydrous ammonia?
I'll tell you later. It's been going around.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That one's not ringing a bell with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you probably know.
But yeah, I know that they think with Dee that they moved her around multiple times.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say more.
Okay.
It's a theory that some people have.
Okay.
About.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I don't know what Fundiski's talking about. Are you talking about BL with CCF? I don't know.
BL with CCF.
Oh no, Taibei, don't worry.
You're fine.
It's just
Cold Case Foundation. Yeah. BL.
Yes.
What's BL?
The guy's initials. The one that was kind of taking the lead on. I can't remember his name.
The guy that works for Cold Case Foundation?
Yes. He's the one that took the lead on it and got all the.
He's an attorney.
Yes.
I don't remember his name either. That's the only time I've ever heard him speak, but he was impressive.
Yes, there was a lot of press on this.
Well, I think we may have missed one there, but I think that is every case we have covered this year between those two live streams, pretty much.
Billy
Uh,
Billy
Little.
Little. Yes. Yes. I was very impressed
What
with
was?
him.
Oh, Billy Little. Yeah,
I
yeah.
watched him talking about the case and stuff. I was very impressed with him. He's the guy I was like, I wish he'd come here.
Yeah, yeah.
I wish he'd come here and help out.
I know. They flirt with it. They tease us with the coming in on it. So we'll see.
Tybus is impressive. Great job, Eve. That was a lot, you all. That
Well,
was
yeah.
a lot. That was 43 cases.
Wow.
Yeah.
43, 44
And
cases.
what I'll do, we'll do this again next year because I do like keeping up with the cases we cover, but I'll have it more organized through the year. So I'm not trying to do it all.
We'll see. I absolutely don't believe that'll happen.
Don't believe that. It'll be like this time where I'm just
flying by the seat.
Fine, yeah.
No,
doing it at
we
the
don't
last
have to
minute.
delete it. No.
No,
It's
no,
fine.
fine.
No, I'm a fan of that guy.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, I don't. We don't mind mentioning other people at all,
No, we just don't like
Well,
to talk about people negatively.
particularly content creators.
Right.
Yeah, but otherwise, everything else is okay.
Wait, I don't even see Nicey Marie. Where's she at?
Oh yeah, she's been here.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Nicey Marie.
Well, we won't be back tomorrow for sure.
No.
Will we try to do the
CT scan.
Friday?
I don't know. We'll see where Auntie's at.
There's a lot of really interesting cases to talk about. New ones.
I'm not sure where I'll be Friday. I may be here still.
Existentially, none of us know, right?
Right.
We
I
don't know
guess we
where we're
don't.
going to be Friday, but we'll try to be here. How's that sound? We'll try to be here Friday.
We'll shoot for Friday.
Okay, doke.
Because there's a lot of really interesting cases to go over that have
Well, I
happened.
mean, yeah,
we started to
just
talk
what
about some
happened.
of them tonight.
Well, just what happened today in Minnesota is another case. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff every day.
Is it the ICE? It's the ICE agent where the truck starts to drive forward. The ICE agent is saying he was shooting in self-defense. Some people are saying that it wasn't necessary and that the driver died.
Well, she was accelerating toward the toward the agent. So, I mean, the video is pretty clear. If the one I saw.
Well,
certain angles show it better than others. You know.
Yeah. With my own eyes.
Yeah.
Thank you, L. Kennedy says, bravo.
Well, thank you, L. Kennedy. We appreciate you, and thanks for coming in, Auntie. And
oh, you're welcome.
tell your friends we apologize for pulling you away.
My big
for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
With your big oar.
Yeah, with my big oar.
You're supposed to have written something to say on the outro.
I know.
And you still haven't.
I haven't.
Okay. Well, I know that you guys could spend your night anywhere and you spend it with us. So we appreciate you guys so very much.
Poor Real Me Too's been on live since Betty's at 5:30, so she's had quite a night.
Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry. You need to go rest. Put your feet up and rest your hands. So we appreciate all you guys spending the night with us. Thank you to our moderators, to our subscribers, to our members, our new members. Thank you for the super stickers, super chats. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. And I guess we will see you on Friday morning.
Okay.
Or Friday. I'm not sure if it's going to be morning or not, but Friday-ish.
Yeah.
So you all have a great night. We appreciate you.
Good night.
Bye. Thank you.
We remember you. We remember you. Ooh. We're still here for you. We'll shine a light for you. We're holding on to hope for you.